luxury, jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai, eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane the tears roll strong, Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go, leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go, leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go, leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix, spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam, grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go, he didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again, his mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go, didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hello, Tom. How are you, Mr. Hudson? What's going on?
That intro, man, I was creasing at that. That is good.
Pretty good intro. I'm very lucky there's some people out there who made it for me. Thank you, Sovereign and Plastique. How are you, Tom? What do you tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Tom Hudson. I host my channel, Tom Hudson Watches, where I review various watches in my collection. I work on a super yacht. I'm currently in the engine control room because I share a cabin and he's asleep right now. So this is the machinery console. This is where we control the main engine propulsion systems for this $75 million super yacht.
Have you seen the movie Triangle of Sadness?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Oh, it's about a kind of this super yacht. Okay, that's okay. You can watch that. Tell me this. It's a very intriguing thing. You're on super yacht with super rich people.
Yeah.
Super douchebags or super cool? Or both? Not necessarily in that order.
You know, I can't really, the owners I work for, the currently ones, right? They are, you got to take them with a pinch of salt. The owner, I'm not going to disclose any names, but she's lovely. Absolutely, an absolute gem. She's about 80 years old. She lives in Monaco. That's where this boat stays, and she's a really lovely lady. But her son is a little bit of a douche sometimes, maybe a bit entitled, because it's not his money, it's her yacht, but she is lovely. She's a lovely lady, and I have worked for some. I have worked for some douches, and I've worked for some really lovely people as well.
Amazing stuff. We got our first super chat of the night. JD Montreal, $70. AC3,
Wow.
thank you for the entertainment. Yesterday, night stream on the Horology Dungeon. Great panelists. I'm very impressed. Looking forward to tonight's show. Could you look in the camera and say, "Hey, boo! You're done, boo!" Thanks, sir. Thank you so much. Tell me this. How do you find yourself working on such a, like I've seen there's some famous series on Netflix on the super yachts and super
Below
people.
decks.
Below Decks, fantastic series. I love the series. Is it like that?
I would say yes and no, because my chief stewardess, so they have different departments on a super yacht. You've got the deck department with the captain, first officer, second officer, the engineering department with the chief engineer, me, who's second engineer, and you'll have some other help. And then you have interior, and you have the chief stewardess, and she is like, like the chief hostess. She, helps serving drinks, serving food. You have the chef department and stuff like that. So on my previous yacht, the chief stewardess on that yacht, she is currently filming on Below Decks. So I'm going to stay tuned for that, and I'm going to see if she is the same person on TV as she is in real life. So we'll find out if it's real or not.
Tell me this. How do you find it? Like, I've met in the luxury space, you're dealing with people who have oodles of money. Like it's interesting. Like, I'm wearing a breguet.
Nice.
And I got to be totally honest with you. I came into luxury from the arse end. Okay, I buy secondhand. Like this watch here is it's solid gold. It's a breguet.
Can I have a closer look at that?
Yeah, sure. So it's actually a really beautiful coin edge sort of sports. Now the reality is, on the second hand, on the new market, these here are about they're about £25,000.
Nice.
Okay,
that's a sizable sum.
£1,000, but I buy things at the arse end. I bought this pre-owned, and I paid about £8,000.
Wow.
Wholesale, they probably sell for about £10,000. Okay, I got a really good deal. But the thing, what I'm trying to tell you is that it's funny with luxury. There's people who have such wonderful things. I've met many people myself, and the thing I find really interesting is that they're so interested in showing you wonderful trinkets, and you think, well, it's not my trinket. I really don't give a shit. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Yes, it is, but it's not my Ferrari. I mean, I couldn't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit hard to explain that to these people who they have they're different. Okay, the rich are different to you and me. Okay, the rich. When I say rich, I don't mean middle class rich. I mean the super rich.
They don't even think. They can't even conceptualize things like normal folk.
Exactly. And they'll have a tantrum over the most silly things, and you think, fuck me. But whereas if you have someone in your family who dies, they say, oh, well, get over it. And you think, it's different. I mean, I found it interesting myself. Tell me this. What is the most magnificent watches you have seen in the super yachts, in that circle of people you're mixing with? What is the most amazing shit you have seen?
Well, I'm gonna have to reel it back to introduce how I got back into yachting anyway, because I did yachting a long time ago when I was 19, 20 years old. I'm 34 currently. So I used to work for Princess Cruises as a commercial engineer, and during the COVID lockdowns, it was a nightmare. I was stuck on the ship for a very long time away from family. It got to my mental health, and I had to pack it in. I was like, I can't. I have to go home. I've got to just because we were isolated on those ships, you know. So I left. I went to Southampton, which is in the UK, building super yachts, to think, oh, I'm going to get a normal life, just get back to my family, have a normal life. And I couldn't survive. Couldn't survive on the money. You're just eating into your savings. Savings is going down, down, down. I said to my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, I said, I've got to do something about this. We can't live like this. I can't live without being able to buy at least one luxury watch per year. So I said, I have to get into the yachting again. So I convinced myself that to perceive luxury, you have to own luxury, and to be into the luxury space, you have to not really fake it till you make it, but kind of like give off an aura of luxury. So I bought one of my long-time Grail pieces as a teenager. I bought myself the Tag
Ah,
Heuer
the
Monaco.
Monaco. I love it. I love it. And that's
Yeah,
the golf edition, isn't it? That's the caliber 12.
Yeah.
And that's the golf. Is that the golf
No,
edition?
it's the Heuer 02, the Heuer 02 caliber, with the in-house movement.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So I bought this watch and I thought, yeah, right, that's it. I'm in now. I've got my ticket in. You know, obviously I'm a fully qualified engineer. That has nothing to do with me getting the job. It's all down to this watch, clearly, you know. So
It's actually I had the Steve McQueen version of that, the caliber 11. The Steve McQueen.
with the crown on the opposite side, yeah.
Yeah, and I must say I fucking missed that watch. It was a big watch. They wear very big. It was 39 mils. It's quite a, because the original was 38. They made it bigger, and because it's not a circle, it's a square. It actually it's
wears
different.
Bigger.
It much
corners
bigger.
to corners, it wears much bigger. Yeah.
But no, I love that watch. That's I'll just catch up on these super chats here. We got Patel Philippe, $5. Tom, welcome to the show. That's Patel. Patel is my manager. He's the CEO. Great guy, Patel. How big is the yacht that you're currently work on? What's the best one and done for a super yacht engineer? Good question. So how many feet is it? They measure yachts in feet, don't they?
Well, they measure them in feet and meters. We go by the metric system here. So it's a 65-meter super yacht, about $75 million US.
I see. That's quite expensive. And what's the best one and done watch for a super yacht engineer?
Best one and done watch
would be
best one and done watch.
Be that. Oh, it's a G-Shock. There we go. Look at that, Tan.
I wear this watch every single day at work as an engineer. This is by far the best watch I've ever owned for a machinery space. One, it's durable as hell. Two, it's solar powered, so I don't have to worry about it. Three, it's Bluetooth connected, so it changes time zones as I'm traveling. And four, it's got this, I don't know what kind of resin it's made out of, but when you're working with switchboards and electrics, you don't want to be arcing yourself out and getting yourself killed. So this is the best engineer's watch money can buy. And it's dirt cheap. If you break it, you replace it.
Patel Philippe, $2. AC3, open a whiskey. Tom's having a beer. Let's go. I will have a whiskey in one moment. I will grab a whiskey now. Now I will grab a whiskey. And I'm having a Lagavulin 16. I got to tell you something, Tom. So, Tom, on the super yachts itself, what's the best watches you've seen? What have you seen?
Yeah, getting back to the story. So, I bought the watch and I made my CV, really nice CV, and I put in my hobbies and interests, watch collecting and horology.
Yes.
And within a week, because I quit my job, I just quit it there and then when I was working at Sunseekers, and I managed to get a call back from a captain that worked on a yacht, and he said, "Oh, so you're into watches then, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm into watches." And he said, "Oh, so what watch have you got?" And then I name dropped the Tag Heuer Monaco, and he said, "Oh, interesting, nice choice." And he has like a Breitling Avenger and stuff, so he was like, "Yeah, nice." So I attribute my success to this watch for getting me the job. So, and when I joined the yacht was owned by none other than Conor McGregor.
Excellent. Excellent. I
Yeah.
see. So that's, and tell me this, what watches have you seen on this boat? So this boat, it is a private charter, or it's simply these people just, what's the modus operandi of the boat?
This yacht was his private yacht. So this is his private personal yacht. So when he wasn't, going to the fights or doing any interviews and stuff, he would go to the yacht for a holiday. And when he was away, for the Anthony Joshua fight, me and my friend, we went into the cabin because it was all empty, and we thought, oh, we'll go check out his watches. And we saw, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was the roulette dial. It was a roulette dial watch. I think it's something like $500,000. This watch. I can't remember the name, but if you search up like a roulette dial, they're the ones with like the planetary stuff and things like that, and it's a really expensive handcrafted watch. He also had like a Rolex presidential. I think it was like a white gold with like a blue face presidential date thing. But this watch was the most impressive, most unique watch I've ever seen in my
I
life.
think that might be a Jacob and Co. The roulette wheel.
Maybe it was a roulette wheel.
I know what you mean.
Watches.
There's a couple. Yes. No, that's amazing. So tell me this. You love your watches still. How many watches do you have yourself now?
Well, I think, because I don't even have a spreadsheet of how many watches I have, but I think I have about 15 watches, probably.
Got you.
15.
Got you. I don't know. I actually had a beautiful watch collection, and unfortunately, I had them stolen. I had a burglary, and unfortunately, that kind of had to start again.
Wait. Tom, welcome here. This is the Deputy CEO of ArchieLuxury. Unfortunately,
Hello.
Archie doesn't know who Conor McGregor is. He's never played sport in his life.
He's the boxer.
So you don't know who Conor. He just brushed over it. Tom mentioned he worked for Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he's the boxer. The boxer, the fighter.
No, MMA. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, that's okay. No worries.
No.
It's
Right?
okay.
I love Conor McGregor. He's innocent. Is he innocent? Tom.
I'm under an NDA, so I can't disclose anything about the yacht and any kind
All right.
of.
Have you had some of his scotch? Are you happy with his scotch?
I actually had the Irish stout. That's all right, like a kind of Guinness stout.
Yeah. Does he talk about Khabib?
No, that never came up. I don't work for him anymore, and I never will. It was a very stressful yacht to work on, but
Is he high maintenance?
yeah, you could say that he's a scary man. He's got an aura around him. When he came onto the yacht and was going onto the passerelle, the gangway, it's almost like the air felt a bit heavy, around.
Was he there with his posse?
Yeah. All his film crew. He has like a masseuse, personal trainer, and he had all his crew there with him. And then when his crew left, he had his mum and his wife, Devlin, and the 3 kids.
So you're saying he's one of those.
I gotta catch up. We got Sam Davidson, new member. Thank you, Sam. We've got Sam Davidson has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Sam Davidson. Sam Davidson, £10. Love the pontiff. Sam Davidson. We got Patel Philippe, $5. AC3 to guess the biggest tip Tom has ever received from a celebrity, oligarch, or overall rich fuck. What's the biggest tip you've ever received, Tom?
That was on McGregor's yacht, and that was 6,000.
Did he give you the tip himself?
No, no, no. He goes home and it gets paid into the account. It gets paid into the account. It just goes with your pay, so you have a double bubble.
Wow.
Because
He gave you what was the tip for?
he's got the Lamborghini, hasn't he?
Yeah, the Lamborghini yacht. Because I was the chief engineer on the yacht. Because it's just his main yacht was a 38 meter, so it's only a small-ish yacht compared to this. It's about half the size. So there's only one engineer. So I was the sole engineer there, and I did work and maintenance on the Technomar Lambo as well. It's not a Lambo. The engines are MTU engines. Nothing about it is Lamborghini at all. It's a Technomar speedboat. I think the only thing that was Lamborghini on the Technomar is the steering wheel.
Aesthetically, it's got a few Hurricane Aventador vibes.
Yeah, yeah. Design-wise, it is Lamborghini, but then it's just made of plastic. It's a GRP hull. It's a fiberglass.
So would you say it's the Hublot of yachts? Hublot?
Here we go. We've got a question. The Undertaker $3. Tom, have you ever encountered pirates at sea?
Not during the private yachting, but during my time at sea, I have been around pirate waters where what they do when they sail in pirate seas is they turn off all the navigation lights, they turn off all lights, interior lights, and you have to get everything ready, like fire hoses, everything ready for any kind of encounter with pirates at sea. But I've never had any problems with pirates at sea, but we always stay prepared.
Wow, that's an incredible story there. Tell me this world of these super rich people, would you like to be super rich yourself, or do you stand back and say, you know what, I don't need this bullshit?
I don't think I would ever be able to be super rich because I give away too much money. You know, I help and I try to support my friends and family too much, so I could never be rich. You know, the only reason that rich people are rich is because they're tighter than a duck's ass, you know. So
of course. I've unfortunately, as Nark has said there, I unfortunately had to give the keys back to my BMW because we had a few little problems there. Tom, I don't know if you're familiar with my collection. Could I get a review from you? What do you think if I put up a picture?
yeah, sure, yeah. Show me a few of the watches.
And don't hold back, Tom. Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
I don't want you to say nice things. I want you to tell me what you really think, because
it's not a paid review, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a paid review, Nark.
Paid reviews get nice reviews.
Exactly. That's exact. Hey, he knows the business. This guy here, you can see why he works on the super yacht, can't you? Hey, you can see why this guy works on the...
Tom, what do you think about BMWs? Do you like BMWs?
I actually
That's
do.
A no.
I actually do like BMWs, but I prefer the older ones. You know, like the E46 M3s and stuff like that.
When you look at Archie, what car do you think embodies him? If you didn't know what car he had.
Jaguar. He looks like a Jagman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, Nark. Here we go. Have a look. Here's the collection. Tell me what you think here. So this is... I had a terribly burglary. I had to restart again in 2022, and this is
here we go.
My collection. This is sort of my collection here. At the back row, I'll just tell you what I got. So I got 3 Breguets at the back. Breguet photograph I was showing you. There's a Breguet Traditional, a Breguet Classic with the white dial.
Yeah.
Then I've got a JLC. That's a master compressor in solid gold. Then I got at the front row, we've got a Patek Philippe World Time. We've got a Zenith El Primero Open Heart. The Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon with the Helsa-like glass. And then we've got a two-tone bluesy Rolex.
Well, For me,
Is this super yacht material or not quite there?
yeah. Well, I was gonna say that the Speedmaster and the Bluesy are very safe picks for a collector, and they are something I would see a captain wearing as opposed to an owner. You know, like a captain of a super yacht would wear a two-tone Bluesy or a Yacht Master.
Got
You know,
you.
even a Yacht Master two-tone. You know, things like that. I mean, my captain on the McGregor's boat had he had a solid gold GMT Master 2. So
Fuck.
I don't know whether it's real or not. You know, I'm not sure. I can't disclose. I don't even have any idea. But
Sure.
as opposed to an owner, I would say obviously the Patek Philippe World Timer is an absolute gorgeous piece there. It looks amazing. The Zenith Open Heart, that is a really interesting chronograph, and I love that. I think that is awesome. I love the way it has a kind of asymmetric look with the two subdials, and then you have it balanced with the open heart. So it really kind of brings a different character to the dial there. It really
A lot
looks,
of people have been critical of it on the show, but I love it. I think it's
yeah. No. The way the red hand contrasts with the blue subdial, it has a nice balance. I do like that.
and you know the interesting thing is with this Zenith, the El Primero, there was a competition. Who's going to bring out the first automatic chronograph? And there were three camps. You had the Seiko camp, who probably was the first. Then you had the Hoya camp, which became, you know, they used that caliber 11 in the Monaco. They used it in a number of watches. And then you had the Zenith camp, who they didn't use a module. It wasn't a module. It was actually a ground up integrated chronograph. And this all late 60s, they were trying to bring out the first automatic chronograph there.
Yeah.
What do you think of my Breguets? Like secondhand wise, that's my three Breguets. They're really good bang per buck because they sink like the.
I'm going to be honest. The chronograph Breguet there, I'm personally not too keen on. I think it does look nice, but it looks like it has a dive bezel on a chronograph. It looks a little bit odd. I'm not a huge fan, but I can see why people would like it. I'm not too keen on the way the date window cuts into the subdial there. It kind of if they'd done away with the date and just put a 6 there or something, or just a marker, it would have been better for balance. This one with all the open works in the middle is an absolutely gorgeous and interesting piece. I've never seen anything like that in the flesh. That looks really cool. I like the middle one the most.
Yeah, they did that to highlight watchmaking. They're trying to really show you.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole point, was to show off their watchmaking prowess. Breguet is a really old brand. It's one of the oldest brands. I think Blancpain and Vacheron are slightly older, but it's a really old brand and very innovative. And I just got the white dial one recently. That's an enamel dial, like it's like a plate, you know, enamel type finishing. It's just beautiful, classical, just a classic dress. I mean, you may not be a dress watch person, but it's just a classy sort of watch. I buy everything secondhand, Tom. I don't have. So tell me this, Tom. On the vessels themselves, there, do people talk about watches? Do they ever say, "Hey, what watch are you wearing?" Does it come up in conversation?
Yeah, it does actually. Not with owners. Owners couldn't give a shit what you're wearing. They have more money than you could even possibly fathom. You know, we're talking about someone who has $1 billion. You know, $1,000 million. You're just lowly peasant scum. Don't care. But in terms of like other yacht crew, they'll pick up on what you're wearing, and you know they'll be like, "Oh, nice." I remember I was pulling into port on my second yacht, Motor Yacht Addiction, and we were pulling in to a port, and I was helping with the fenders, which are the big inflatable balls on the side of the boats to stop them from clashing. So I was helping
Yeah.
the fenders when they were coming into port, and one of the deckhands was like, "Oh, not nice moniker," because I was wearing the Tag Heuer, and I was like, "Oh, cheers, mate." So people do notice, they do see it, and I mean, frankly, who really cares what people think about your watch? Just wear what you love. But it's nice when people have a little bit of recognition and they appreciate good watches.
Yes, yes, yes. I completely get that there, actually. Hello. Hello. Is that better? Does that sound better?
It sounds clearer, yeah.
Here we go. We got a super chat. JT, $2. You've been on the wrong mic for the past week. Fix it. Fuck. Okay. We got Patel Philippe, $5. Tom, what's your grail piece? And tell us a bit about your YouTube journey.
Well, my grail piece would have to be an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. I definitely do love the Gerald Genta, the watches like that. But I do believe the Royal Oak is the top of the Trinity as opposed to the Nautilus or Vacheron. I think the Royal Oak is the one that I would love to own.
What color dial?
That would depend on what's cheapest on the second-hand market, wouldn't it?
Good point there. Sam Davidson, £5. Tom, have you ever been on a boat which was owned by an eccentric millionaire? Well, I'd say billionaire, who insisted on flying the Jolly Roger flag?
No. But I did talk to one of the deckhands before and said if I was ever a multi-millionaire, whatever. I mean, you need to be more than a millionaire to own a yacht anyway, because the yacht it costs about 10 million a year to run the damn thing. So you'd have to be a billionaire. I would definitely have a pirate ship style boat, and all my crew would be wearing pirate ship clothes. And I just think it'd be quite funny to do that. Everyone's so serious in yachting. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be pretty. Why can't you just have a bit of fun? You've got all the money in the world and you don't have any fun.
We got a super chat. We got HR joining us. Hello, HR. And we've got Patel Philippe, $2. Tom, what's the last AC3 video you saw recently?
Well, I actually just watched a video just tonight to understand a bit better about Archie, and I just have to say that I'm really grateful for you to pick me up for your show, and I feel quite saddened really by what you've been through, and honestly, like I like to keep a level head and to be like cool about these things. I know there's a lot of trolls and a lot of nasty people, nasty comments, but people will come and go, and there are people that will use you. There are people that will just you as a stepping stone, and I don't wish to be used like that. So I would never use you like that, and I just want to put that out there. So that's what you know what video I'm talking about.
Tom, are you having a go at Curly?
Not having a go at anyone. I'm just saying
that
who
Curly is there.
All right.
We got another super chat. P Cars, $5. That's from P Cars super sticker. We got D Mr 406, $1, and D Mr 406, $2. Big boy, what happened to your Beamer? We will cover that in another show, maybe tomorrow. Patel Philippe, $2. Tom, how are the parties on the super yachts? Fuck yes. How are the parties?
Parties. Well, as the crew, we don't really have much parties in terms of like with owners and stuff like that. And if we're partying after the season's over. But I'll tell you a story on my first yacht when I was a deckhand. So I was about 19 at the time, and I was working on a yacht called Takanuya. That was a 55-meter yacht based in the south of France, and it was owned by the personal assistant of the King of Saudi Arabia. and his daughters, they went on board, and they basically owned the yacht. And I remember one time I was on anchor watch. So when a boat is on anchor, you have to be on watch, and you stay in the bridge and you check the wind speed, you check if the anchor's dragging and stuff. And I remember the kids, the kids came down. They said, "Oh, Tom, Tamara wants to see you up on the sun deck." And I said, "Oh, okay." I thought, okay, well, if it's serious, I'll go up. I went up, and she said, "Oh, have a shot, Tom, have a shot." And I said, I can't. I'm on anchor watch. I'm working." And she said, "I'm the owner of the yacht. Have a shot." And I was like, "Well, you're the owner." And then I was just, I really shouldn't be saying all this stuff, but yeah, I was there having a good time. And every now and then I would go down, do my rounds, check the anchor, check the stuff, and then I went back up and had a few more drinks. And I remember the next morning, the bosun said, "Oh, I heard you last night partying with the owners. You're going to get yourself in trouble." So that was fun.
Well, what do you do? But I mean, do you always politely refuse, or do you party with them, or what do you do? It's a
Well,
what do you
I would
do?
say, I would say, 9 out of 10 cases you would refuse. You would say, "Sorry, I can't do that." But I was young. I was being silly. I was 19. I was just a kid. And I thought, they're asking me to have a drink. Sure, why not? And just having a laugh. I didn't really think of the repercussions of anything. I was just having a good time. But if I got offered now, I would have to decline, because I'm much older now, much more wiser. Not going to play any silly games with my career there.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point there.
Tom, can I ask Tom a question? How much of these watches are really appreciated? Are they more of a flex? Who's got the biggest yacht?
Yeah, I think in terms of like the super rich, it's definitely about having the biggest yacht. They love to kind of it's just a dick swinging competition, but you're swinging your yacht around. Who has the biggest yacht, and they don't even use it half the time. It just sits.
That's what that's what I was going to ask you. How many days a year do you reckon they use it, and what's the upkeep just to maintain it?
Hello.
Well,
Tom, be careful what you say. Remember what happened to Strider, big boy?
Yes.
Happened to who?
Strider. Be careful what you say here, Tom. Full screen.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. What was the question?
A lot of these billionaires, how often would they use it, and the upkeep just to maintain it?
Right. They would probably use it for most part 2 to 3 weeks out of a year. They might charter it through the rest of the year. So they put it on a charter, and then they rent the yacht. So it could cost up to $300,000 a week to rent a yacht. And then that's just to rent it. You have to pay for the fuel, pay for the food, and then you put a 10% gratuity for tips on top of that. So it could cost an absolute fortune just to rent a yacht. But yeah, they'll use.
Are these guys multi-billionaires? They're deca-billionaires? What net worth are we talking about?
Well, the people who rent the yachts, they are also
Who actually buy these?
Oh, to buy a yacht, yeah, you need to be a billionaire. To buy.
We're talking about 10 billion.
To buy anything over like 50 meters, you'd have to have a net worth of 1 billion. Because you're probably spending about 10 million a year just to pay for upkeep. We're in a shipyard right now getting a paint job, and the paint job is 2 million, just the paint job, and then you've got the salaries, you've got the food, you've got the port fees. So on top of that, that's just a recurring project you have to do every 3 to 5 years. You have to have a paint job, so that's a 2 million bill right there. And then you've got to take the boat out of the water sometimes to do the anti-fouling on the hull. So to get in the dry dock, it's a lot.
You got a question here. What kind of diesel power are you pulling?
Well, we have 2 main engines, diesel engines, and they are driven by a prop shaft, so it's a fixed shaft. They are probably about 300 horsepower each. 3,000 horsepower each engines. So it's not like loads, you know. You're not talking about loads, but it's a lot of torque. You know, they have huge amounts of torque.
What about electric powered engines?
The electric power, we have three diesel generators, and they produce 400 volts. I think it's 400 kilovolt amps.
We got a super chat. Patel Philippe, $5. Tom, why is the Yachtmaster the most or least ideal watch for a yachting lad? I love the Yachtmaster, Tom. I really think. I think the Yachtmaster is a fantastic watch, especially in the solid gold. The Yachtmaster 2. I think the Yachtmaster is an amazing watch, and you know my favorite is the white gold with the rubber strap. I think that just stealthy. If I was super rich, now I'll be honest with you. If I was buying a solid gold Rolex, I would get the solid gold sub, the bluesy solid gold sub. But if I was really, really rich, I'd probably already have that, and I would buy a Yachtmaster white gold on the rubber because I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's beyond giving a fuck. You know, it's
my ex-captain. He wore a I believe it was I think they do a steel model of the Yachtmaster 2, but it had a blue bezel.
Yes, beautiful watch.
And I used to be like all the other watch people going, "Ooh, it's ugly, Yachtmaster, Yachtmaster." But until I actually saw it, was like, actually, I kind of like that watch. You know, it's weird in a
it's one of their most complicated watches because it's a chronograph. It's a flyback
chronograph from GMT. No,
exactly. I'm not sure about the GMT bit. We got another super chat. JD Montreal, $7. Tom, which button do you use to launch missiles at Curly?
The big red one, just there.
This is like Austin Powers movie. They're all pretend. Those buttons are all pretend. They don't do anything. They're not.
You just push that big one there, and that fires the torpedoes at the front.
Tom, flip mode 45, $10. Tom, of all the exotic locations you've been yachting to, where is the best place for the average punter to visit? Good question.
Are we talking about just yachting locations, or in terms of like cruising around the world?
Well, whatever. You answer whatever you think. Answer whatever you think. What comes to mind? Whatever comes to mind, Tom.
Well, to be honest, I think Europe is kind of overrated with the yachting. It's kind of overrated. If I was to go traveling, and I had only one destination to go, Singapore is such an amazing place. Singapore is a really, really awesome place to be. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good. I love Singapore myself. There, I haven't never gone on a yacht, but I fly there. Frank V, $2. Have you ever worked on P Diddy's yacht?
No, and I wouldn't want to. No way.
And we got Patel Philippe, $5. Tom, would you consider the Breguet Marine a great sailing watch? Archie to show Tom. So Breguet, I like Breguet. I'll be honest with you. I've fallen in love with Breguet. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. Okay, so I basically do the comedy here, right? And Breguet is an old brand, right? It's a really, really old brand, and they're quite an amazing brand because they invented so many things. The Tourbillon was invented by Breguet. They are really cool, and they're very conservative watch. Those ones I showed you, they're very conservative. But
yeah,
I like Breguet. So that's a Breguet Marine there. We got Aussie expat joining us here. Great watch. I like Breguet because I like to take the piss out of it. It's a little bit pretentious brand, but you can have a bit of fun with Breguet. And I don't think Tom's that impressed. We've got a blank expression. I don't think
because he's asking. It's a nice watch, a nice dress watch, but he's asking specifically, is it a good sailing watch? And I would say no. It looks like a terrible sailing watch. I wouldn't want to take it on a yacht. Like we're talking about sailing here. You know, this is a dress piece. You know, if you're looking for, well, I mean, the rubber strap, that might work. But it's very dressy for sailing. You know, I would be looking for rubber strap sports watches. You know, and you need to have a decent level of water resistance and corrosion protection because of the salt air. You know, so you don't want to be wearing a dress watch on the open waters. I wouldn't say. You know, I would leave that for the dining room in the yacht. You know.
I just want to say welcome, Tom. It's great to see another engineer in the watch community. Big welcome. You got your beer, I got my Monster Energy. We'll go. Archie.
Yes, sir.
When I first came on your stream, you gave me a pretty harsh soul reading. Where's Tom's soul?
Well, Tom's on a super yacht. He's on a $75 million super yacht. It's he's a really
reading,
Yeah, he's a good guy. Tom's a great guy there. Where I got to tell you something. These super yachts, it's a different world, and it's probably. I think the yachts are probably the most. Like, what do you have? You have a private jet. I think a super yacht is more expensive than private jets, isn't it?
Well, private jets. Most of the owners don't actually own their private jets. They will just
fractionally
hire the private jet to
yeah.
get A to B. You know. Because to own a jet, you'd have to park it somewhere all the time, and it's easier just to take a private jet somewhere. Cheers, mate.
Yes, good point there. It's I must ask you this: what stops you marrying a wealthy owner, if you don't mind asking? There, why is the super rich? Could you become a hobosexual, or that's just not on the cards?
Well, I mean, you could, right? But considering the owner of the yacht here is 80 years old, you know, you've really got to be waiting for her to pass so you can inherit everything. So, you know, if you wanted to,
yes,
you could.
Why don't you just marry her?
I don't see age as a problem myself. 80 is quite young there.
Wait, 80 years old?
These things here. And Narc, by the way, you fucked up my thing with Higgy. Higgy's not taking me to the BMW or the Porsche factory because of you, Narc.
What the hell?
Yeah, I've got to fucking fix that up. I tell you what.
You're a problem, Narky.
Yeah, you're causing trouble for me, Narc.
Right, Tom.
Was Higgy just a ride, or was he going to arrange something special at the factory?
He was going to arrange special things for me.
All right, you want to say?
Oh, you got to make this good, Narc.
Yeah.
I retract my comments.
Imagine Narc being a dickweed.
But I got to tell you, Tom,
I did not do
another
that.
Super chat in here now. Another super chat from Patel Philippe, $5. AC3 and Aussie expat to take Tom shopping at Rolex. Configure the skipper a date to wear for the Saudi royal daughters at the party. Now my computer, I've just got to close a few windows because it slows down when I have too many. I got too many windows open. Let me close a few.
The day date in question is the one that you actually saw, Tom. You mentioned you thought it was like a white gold, but with an ice blue dial.
Yeah, like a presidential. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually platinum. That ice blue dial is exclusive to the platinum piece.
You can afford it.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, I have a good friend, Meech, also part of the community, who says if you've got a white gold, say, day date, or maybe even the Daytona, what it really means is that you don't have the money to buy the platinum.
I don't agree. I think platinum is a different metal, but you know what I mean? Like gold's got a certain aura to it.
I agree with him to some extent. You know, like you wear the white gold. You know, it has a kind of the similar look that you want to perceive. but it's not the same. You know, you're not paying that same price tag. So I do get where he's coming from.
Yeah, the platinum is a fair bit brighter. But yeah, if you're talking about Saudi royal's daughter, so like in Arab background, you know, gold is not really the right thing to wear for a man. So platinum day date, that's you've seen the one that you need already.
We'll have a look.
Would you really say that gold is not? Because I think yellow gold.
No,
it's
like
It's religious. They don't wear gold in the.
No?
Yeah, I mean, the main issue is that Muhammad held up gold and silk and said men shouldn't wear these, and so platinum is sort of apparently you can go ahead and wear platinum.
Gold is the pork of precious
Here we
metals.
go. Let's go and pick one. Tan's asked us to pick one. Let's configure one. So firstly, I think the first choice we would have to pick is, here we go. Here we go. Configure. Here we go. Configure. We're going to configure this. And first choice is what size? 36 or 40?
40.
I think for Tom we'd have to go 40.
I'd say it just depends on your wrist. I like the dial choices on 36.
I got 7.25 inch wrists. So
40.
40.
Yeah, you go 40.
40.
We go 40.
I think 36 has better dials, but
the Amiga, and it looks fine for the wrist, you know.
I think we'd have to go yellow, white, rose gold, or platinum. What does he want? Platinum.
Platinum.
Well, like he just said, platinum. I guess it's the only way to go.
It's for the Saudi royal's daughter's party or something.
And then we go for the bezel. What bezel do we want? Fluted or diamond set?
Or the
We'd have to
baguette.
go diamond set. Okay.
I would question whether or not you go diamonds,
for the dial.
honestly.
Let's
I
pick a
don't know
dial.
about-
What would you pick
I
for the
don't know-
dial?
I
See,
don't know about diamond though.
I'd go with the regular bezel too,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm not a rapper, you know. I'm not going to be flexing diamonds.
Of course, the light blue, ice blue, ice
okay,
baby.
so we'll
Yeah,
go
either ice blue or meteorite.
ice.
Or the new ombre is good, but you can get that in white gold. It's sort of
You can't get that on this one, sadly.
the ombre's there. It's right there.
Is it?
Yeah,
there's a
there it
lot of
Yeah, no, the
overlap with the
ombre-
dials between the white
Yes,
gold
it
and
is.
platinum, unfortunately.
Now, see that's more so determined. I got to be honest with you. The guy who said, "Oh, it means you can't afford this," I think you go white gold, not because of that you want to show off factor. That's just the wanker factor. I think it's the color of the dial determines. See, I'll be honest with you. You know what I reckon Tom would be? I honestly think the best watch for Tom would be an Kaizen. Like, I honestly think if we went back, let's go back. I'll show you.
yellow
I reckon
gold.
this would be for Tom. We'd go Ever Rose, right? Then as far as the bezel
green.
go, just go fluted. And then as far as the dial goes, I reckon with the dial there, I like that. This
Green.
brown chocolate dial, that'd be fucking stealthy. Look at that. That'd be amazing. But the best dial, of course, would be the Kaizen dial. Look at that. That's a stone dial. Wouldn't that be so fucking special? Discover that. And how much is this thing set you back? It's only 92,000. What's that? That's a mere £45,000. That's doable, Tom.
That's value for money, right?
Not
now.
in my lifetime, but maybe
he said a luxury watch per
Maybe.
year, not every 10 years. Come on.
But I got to tell you, that would be.
that's
I
probably my
reckon
annual
that. See,
salary,
that
you know?
doesn't. Yes. I got to be honest
That's
with
what
you. That would
credit
be.
cards are for. 12 months interest free. It's good enough.
He lock. Super chat.
Super chat. Patel Philippe, $5. Tom, Not sure if you have a Tudor Royal there to show AC3, but tell him your thoughts on the piece.
Well, I have a Tudor Royal. I've got the 38mm. I bought that as an engagement present to myself, really, when I was buying the rings for my wife. And I have the blue dial, and I think it's great. I think it's a great
Nice.
piece.
I love Tudor. I must say, I really do love Tudor. I love
Tom,
Tudor.
is it the day date, Tom, or is it the just the?
No, it's the 38mm. I'm not keen on the day date purely because, unlike the Rolex, where it's nice and clean, it cuts into the numbers. I think it's a really poor design choice. If they had just left it like batons, you know, it would leave the date there perfectly.
That's
what
the one
they
I
did
have.
instead is they cut the.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not too keen on that.
Does-
I wish they had changed
I
that.
have it, but I rarely wear it. However, the bracelet's cool. The integrated bracelet.
Does this jeweler do they also sell Rolex?
Who?
The one you bought both jewelry and a Tudor from them. Do they also sell
Yes.
Rolex? Okay,
Yeah,
they owe you a favor.
The shop that I buy all my luxury items from is the same shop, and I'm playing the game. You know, I go in there and I, you know, nice to see you, you know, and talking and having a good chat. You know, buy a few pieces off them, and you know, and
You've bought more than a few pieces. You've laid out a fair bit.
Yeah, I've spent a few, and I asked them. I say, oh, can I get an Explorer 2 polar dial? They say, oh yeah, we'll put you on the list. I've been waiting for 4 years now, so don't know when that's coming in.
The Explorer 2 is not a good one to ask for, in my opinion.
It's an easy one.
It's not hard enough.
Well, easy's it depends what you mean by easy. It's like, so the problem with the Explorer 2 is they don't get many deliveries of them. Like just in total throughout an entire year. They're going to get 10 times as many Submariners. They're even going to get more Daytonas than they get Explorer 2s.
They're not.
So
You got to suck a lot more dick to get a Daytona. Trust me.
no, that's true. But what I'm saying is that even though like there's no premium on the secondary market for it, it's not a great one to ask for because it's just it could be many months between deliveries.
Okay, guys, I got a question for you. I'm considering another watch purchase. I'm going to use a little bit of HELOC money. I want to firstly let's ask Tom. What does he think of this? I'm actually really like this watch. It's IWC. It's a brand I've always loved. Beautiful blue dial, brown leather strap. What do you think of this, Tom? Yes, no. That price, by the way, is Aussie dollars. It's not US.
Yeah,
it's Aussie.
Yeah.
Look, it's baby's first watch.
For that price, that's what,
£2,500.
Yeah, that's. I mean, for an IWC 40mm, that looks really nice. Is it like a sunray blue dial or is it like a flat blue?
Yeah, no, it's a sunray sort of blue dial there. What do you think? What do you think, Mark Goldberg? What do you think of that?
Well,
do you think I should?
To me, this watch says I've just passed my O levels.
That you'd listen to Donny. Donny's a dick. Donny inherited a lot of money. He didn't, you know, he's just a bit of a. He just got far. Look, Tom,
listen.
I've had to nickel and dime for every fucking cent, Tom. I don't have somebody.
A smart man once said, "You stick to the icon within every range."
Well, this is an icon. It's a pilot's watch. It's an IWC.
I thought it was. I believe the Ingy you've always spruiked as the IWC to.
Now the Engineer is good, but it's not their iconic.
It's the petite Prince. It's an oddball size. This is way. This is
40
way
mil.
outside the. This is yes, I know.
40 mil.
It's the petite Prince. It's the literally.
What do you think, Aussie expat? What do you think? He's shaking his head. I don't like the vibe. What are you saying?
A wise man once said, "Buy mid-tier garbage and you will lose money." I remember that.
I have no idea why you want this. You are so not the field watch guy at this point. And if you are, your Explorer 2 is good. Like, I don't.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, I'm evaluating. For me, I think this watch is beautiful because I love the blue dial. Just simple 3-hander with a date. Brown. Tom, this is an ideal watch for you, I think. You would love this.
The IWC?
Yeah.
And I already have a watch which is almost very similar and perfect for what I need for the
Is that
Hamilton Murph.
an alpinist?
No, it's a Hamilton Murph.
Ah, the Hemi.
That's
Yeah.
the good value. Good value.
A movie icon.
Yes, we've got a super chat here. Patel Philippe, $5. Tom, best piece of advice for Archie to get with an 80-year-old oligarch super mama. Yeah, give me
Sugar
some advice.
mama. Sugar Baba.
Well, the best piece of advice would be
Run.
Be nice.
to actually go where they are. You know, you're not going to see any 80-year-old billionaires sat in your house. You know, you would actually have to be on a yacht. So get your license, become a
They're at the hair
captain, become a
salon. The
skipper.
80-year-olds are at the hair salon. That's where you want in Bangkok. That's where you want to go.
It
got
is
some
what
good
it is.
gold
Tell me
digger
this, Tom,
tips here.
what have you learned from being on the hanging around these super rich people? What's some lessons you've learned for yourself? What have you learned from having this exposure, which very few people get this exposure? What have you learned from these people? Money doesn't make you cool. Does it make you a bit of an asshole? Does it?
Money doesn't buy taste at all. Money doesn't buy taste. Some of the designs I've seen on yachts are the most disgusting things I've ever witnessed in my life. So money doesn't buy taste. That's what I've learned. You know, they go for the biggest, most brash, most garish thing just to say, I spent X amount of millions on this, you know, where they could get something that's actually very handsome, very good looking something for much cheaper, but they don't want it because it doesn't have the price tag. They want to pay that price for that item.
Jay Anthony joining the stage.
Veblen good.
Yeah, another super yacht contender. Jay Anthony used to park cars for the super rich.
Hey Anthony, you need to go to Expedia
He's
right
another
now.
engineer.
Book your flights to Geneva.
And now he abuses
Book your flights to
ballet.
Geneva.
So Mr. Patel Philippe gave me a heads up, Tom, you're going to be on, and that are you in the maneuvering room of a yacht right now?
I'm in the engine control room, yeah.
No, it looks more like a nuclear sub. Pick one ping.
Time to get some
One
nuclear
ping
engines.
only.
But by the way, there, Jay Anthony, can I just get a quick opinion from you? What do you think of this watch I am considering adding to my collection? IWC Petite Prince, beautiful blue dial on a leather strap. What do you think?
Go ahead, tell him.
So transparently, I'm looking at for one right now, but I would go with the Chrono. I like the little animation on the case back. Well, not animation. The carve on the case back is cool. The little petite.
You like
Prince,
this watch, Jay Anthony? You like this watch? Well, some people have said it's beneath me. It's a watch for somebody who I don't think any watch is beneath anybody. You know that. I got to tell you something. I recently just bought a Seiko.
Wow.
For the simple fact, it's not a Grand Seiko. It's just a Seiko Prospex diver. I love the blue dial. It's just.
I got 5 of them. I like them too.
It's just a cool watch. You know what I mean? It's just a.
So legitimately, I think this is a very nice watch. The blue on the dial is different than the standard. It's very nice. And I would say too, I know I got in an argument with somebody that said that rich people don't wear Tudor. And it's the same kind of argument beneath you. I know a guy with over $500,000 in watches that wears the new pink Tudor Chrono regularly. This whole like you're too good for something is not.
I know that's me. You're talking about me, right?
No, but sure, there you go. But like,
I want that.
If you can afford what you want, you buy what you want. You're not insecure about what you have. That's absurd.
100%. And I deliberately,
I
you know
love my
what? I
Tudors.
like to get the abuse. Tom, I get abused all the time. They call my watches garbage because I buy secondhand cast-offs. I buy pieces that little bit unpopular. I'll be honest with you, Tom. I'm not always at the, you know, the bow of the ship. I'm sometimes, you know, I'm not Mr. Popular. I look for bargains. You know what I mean? I want to buy bargains.
Right?
If I was buying a super yacht, I would buy it from a Bangladeshi scrap dealer. That's where I'd get my super yacht from, and I'd get the bastard repainted in China.
It might be a yacht, but it might not be super. You know, it's different.
You know, I would buy the Love Boat. That would make the ideal.
Can we
But
buy
I-
a garbage
Love
town?
Boat. I worked on the Love Boat.
because they scrapped it. You know
Really?
that?
Yeah, it's scrapped.
I worked on the Love Boat because I worked for Princess Cruise Lines, and Princess Cruises had the Love
They-
Boat, and I
that's
worked
correct.
on that boat.
How did you find that? It was an older vessel now. It's an older.
Yeah, they scrapped it off. They done away with it. What
What did you think of it as a boat? Was it a well-made boat, or was it a piece of shit, or just getting old?
No, it's a good solid boat. But when the boat passes its like use shelf,
It was very
you know,
small.
they
Too
scrapped
small.
them. You know, because a yacht
It's not efficient. It's
can't
not fuel.
run forever. It can't run forever. You know, I mean, it can, but things corrode, and it starts costing the company more money to maintain it than the revenue it brings in.
Also,
It's not-
wasn't that ship quite small compared to modern day
Yeah,
standards?
tiny.
You know, because what did it hold? Like 600-800 passengers. But I've been on Princess a lot of times, and those ships are holding 3,000 passengers.
Yeah, it was called the Pacific Princess. That's the Love Boat one.
I was on an old ship like that run by Celebrity years ago. No, Carnival. The kind that had the handrails down the hallways because there were no stabilizers in the fucking thing. Those were beautiful days of ships with hand rubbed wood and small intimate cruise ships.
Well, that's what sucked during COVID is we lost all these classic cruise ships at the same time. Well, I say classic. So like Sovereign of the Seas, I was sad to see that one go. The Carnival Imagination I sailed on was ghastly, and I was happy to see it ripped apart because it was 1990s comically bad interior design. But I'm curious, Tom, any ships that you really appreciate the design? Like Archie and I have talked about our love for the Normandy as an example. Any like classic ocean liners you're just like, wow, I love that thing?
Well, some of the newer boats that are coming from Princess Cruises are truly stunning. But I have to attribute my favorite boat that I worked on, the Grand Princess, is the boat that I met my wife on. We both worked on that ship, so for me that one holds a special place for me.
The True
We've got
Love
a super
boat.
chat here from Patel
That's the
Philippe,
Love
$5.
Boat,
Jay Anthony, Tom's is on a $75 million yacht right now, and Archie is asking on tips on how to get with super rich mamas. Welcome to the stream. I got to tell you something. What is Tom? I don't want to name anybody, but what is the most terrible thing you've seen a super rich person do? You think, fuck, that's low rent cunt.
Um,
Not naming names, but just what's
Wear an
the
IWC 40 millimeter.
well, okay. The owners of this yacht, right? The asshole people, the people that are a bit more douchey, all the watches that they wear are fake, all from Turkey.
Wow.
Why do they do that?
I have no idea. You've got all the money that you could possibly fathom. They all wear fake watches.
They're worried about
Why?
piracy? Piracy? What?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. The chief engineer was like, "Oh, why don't you ask one of the owners if they can lend you one of their watches for a review?" And I said, like, well, I can't even prove the authenticity of these watches, so I'm not even going to entertain that. I don't even want to be a part of that because I only want to promote authentic watches. So because I can't authenticate such an expensive piece, and I'm not going to ask them, say, "Oh, is this real?" Because they'd be like, "Ooh," but I know that the majority of the watches are fake, so I'm not even going to go near them.
It's amazing that. What do they do? The super rich. How are they different to me and you? Tell me how they're different.
The super rich are different from me and you because they use their money as a tool. You know, we use our money to kind of pay for stuff. They use their money to grow wealth. So they're not very cash rich. They're very asset rich. So, you know, they have all their money tied up in stocks. They have all their money tied up in bonds. They own the yacht, which they can use as a tax write-off, maybe for business write-offs. They will hold meetings on yachts to have that as a business expense. So they use a lot of their businesses to make tax write-offs where we can't do that because we don't have businesses. So we have to pay all our tax, you know. So I think the rich have a different way of life because they have all these loopholes that they can use to game the system. They can use those loopholes to get even more wealthy, whereas we don't have those choices in life. You know, we have our salary, we use our salary to feed our addiction for watches, so we will never be rich, as opposed to investing in the S&P 500, and you could probably buy yourself a watch later on for free, but you don't. You just buy a watch.
How do you find, how superficial are these super rich? Are they very superficial fuckers, or they can be generally nice people?
Yeah, like I said, the owner of this yacht is such a lovely lady, very, very genuine, down to earth lady, very nice. She has these cats, 2 cats that come on board the boat, and they roam around the guest cabins, these little cats. And I'll be chatting to her about cats because I have cats at home, and she's just like a grandma, you know. She's a really nice lady. So I would say some people, they let the wealth get to their head. Some people are just nice overall.
Is she
people,
single,
you know?
Tom? Is she single? Archie's looking.
Well, I mean, saying that, her late husband, he just passed, so she is single and ready to mingle, Archie. So you could probably get in there.
Sure. What nationality is she, if you don't mind me asking?
I believe she is German.
Oh,
Okay,
Archie,
that's okay.
you could overlook her being Caucasian. You could overlook it.
That's okay. We can overlook it. Tell me this. What do you think that the most low class thing you've seen someone do on the super yacht?
Have drinks in the car? It's according to fella. That's what the rich do.
Oh, low class. Oh, dear me. It's hard for me to kind of say, right, okay. The worst thing I've seen, like low class, my previous owner on the yacht, he bought this yacht because it was during the war with Ukraine and Russia. All the yachts were sanctioned by Russian owners. So this yacht was Russian owned, right? So it was sanctioned, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't move. The owner wanted to just sell it. So the new owner coming to buy the yacht, he was a charter guest before, and he's an art dealer, and he noticed there's a lot of artwork in the yacht, and he fought tooth and nail to keep the artwork on the yacht. When he bought it, he made a deal, bought the yacht for like way lower than market rate because it was sanctioned. He re-registered it, got it ready for charter, and then we were all super excited. We're like, yeah, we're going to get charter, we're going to get tips, it's going to be so good. And then they said, right, yeah, Tom, can you start ripping out the artwork? And I was like, hang on a minute, ripping out the artwork? Why are we doing that? Because it came with the yacht. The art was mounted, like it's bolted to the walls. It comes with the yacht. Wanted all the artwork out. And me and the chief engineer, we were pulling this artwork out, pulling it out. Some of these little statues, these models, they were like 250 grand for these little ornaments. We were like, ripping them off and going, I don't know what's going on. Put them in boxes, shipping them away. And I said to Chief, there's something really weird going on here. This is not normal. I think the boat's getting sold. I think he's fleecing the boat, and I think he's getting it sold. And he was like, yeah, I think you're right. So we were looking for jobs after that. We were counting our days on that, and we were right. The boat was sold. Everyone lost their jobs, and then we trusted this guy. So he was a bit of a grifter. So that's the worst thing I've seen. That someone just came on board, hyping everyone up. He was a really nice guy. He seemed really nice, but again, these people,
they all seem very nice.
They only think about the money. They didn't care about your jobs. They just wanted the artwork, sell the yacht for a profit, and that was that. That's the worst thing I've seen. I didn't like it. I thought it was really distasteful.
Patel Philippe, $5. Mike the Snake, do you feel Tom could charter the Mayflower across the Atlantic with just a Tudor Royal and his current skill set?
No.
Well, you'd know the latitude, but not the longitude.
We got another super chat here. Patel Philippe, $5. AC3, can you please pull up Tom's YouTube channel, Tom Hudson Official, and have Tom tell us about his current creator journey? Okay, let's pull it up. Let's get it up on the screen. I'm bringing it up on the screen.
I loved your water resistance rating video
Yeah,
Tom.
I used mathematical formulas to calculate impact velocity and to calculate static and dynamic pressures. You know, because a lot of people if your watch is rated to 30 meters, if it's rated, right, rated, not just they stamp it on the dial, if it's a rated 30-meter watch and they've tested it, pressure tested, you should be fine. That's a 3-bar rated pressure watch. And, you know, talking about the pressures from a 10-meter high, you know, along with the static pressure through a dive, is 1.1 bar pressure.
Here we go.
Dynamic
This is the
pressure
Tom.
plus static
This is your
pressure.
website, I think. Here, this is the YouTube channel.
Tom
this is
my
Hudson
channel.
Official. You've got some great videos there. Triple unboxing. You've got sentimental watches. You've got your Monaco there. Heaps of videos on this channel here. How long have you been going for?
I think only 5 months at the moment. 5 months.
Okay. Beautiful stuff. You've got some great. Oh, that's your Tudor Royal. Look at that. Actually, that looks really nice. And you know, the workmanship on these Tudor Royals is incredible.
Yeah, I believe so too. For the price,
they're
the quality is really high.
Especially their buckles. Their buckles are exceptional.
Yeah, the clasp with the ceramic ball bearings is.
Exactly.
I'm going to subscribe now, guys. I'm going to subscribe now. Guys, subscribe to the Tom Hudson channel. Please do that. That's a fantastic YouTube channel. Tom Hudson Official. Please do that now. Please do that now.
Tom,
I'm shocked a little bit that the main issue with the rating is really not the number. It's more the brand, right? Like you've got moon swatches, right?
Yeah.
3-bar rated.
Yeah. That's what they say on the website. That's what it says, yeah.
Should someone swim with that watch?
Technically, yes, but remember what I said in the end of the video, if you watch the full end of the video.
Yeah.
Am I saying go swimming in your dress watch? No, that's not what I'm saying. Am I saying
but the moon swatch is not a dress watch. It's
chronographic watch. You know, I did say, am I saying for you to go in the water with a chronograph? Absolutely not.
I'd swim with a Daytona. I wouldn't swim with
Daytona's 100
That's
meters.
because it has the screw down push stoppers.
No, the screw down pushers don't actually contribute to the water rating.
Do they not? I thought that
No.
the
It's
steel
gasketed.
and the screw down.
They're highly gasketed.
On the gasket.
There's no gasket on the screw down pushers.
That must be so that you don't accidentally depress it in the water then.
Well, no. It's more about on land that you don't accidentally press it. So if you've got something that you're timing that's very important and you don't want to accidentally stop it, you screw it down while you're timing. That's the idea, is that you're not accidentally pushing it from a control perspective. It's not about water resistance.
A couple brands make watches that you can push underwater chronographs. In fact, I'm wearing a Breitling chronomat right now, which does not have screw down pushers, but it has 600 feet of water resistance.
We got a super chat speaking, Mark. SR Bell, $2. Mark, what does prostate taste like?
Well, SR Bell, your mother says it tastes like Mexican food, but she has a Chihuahua, so I'm not sure what that means.
Patel Philippe, $5. Mike the Snake, 3 minutes uninterrupted questions about Tom and his life as an engineer on a super yacht. There we go, Mike.
Wait, I'm going to use my chronograph and go.
I didn't know that was true. I'm highly impressed. That's super. Engineer on a super yacht is
10 seconds.
Amazing. It must have been a really exciting job to do. You must have a huge, talent pool to dip into. To be able to.
Mike, it says questions. Ask questions.
Here, Mikey, I'll help you out. Is it a diesel electric boat, Tom?
Okay, yeah, and is it two stroke or 4-stroke, and is it
There you
direct
go.
drive, and is it geared, and
47.
Right, I can answer these questions. Right, so on the cruise ships, we were running with diesel electric propulsion. So you have 6 gen sets with electric motors. You generate power to the whole vessel, and this drives the PEMS, which is the propulsion electric motors. That's on a fixed shaft, and you control the speed of the prop with the electric motor. On this super yacht here, we have a direct drive with a reduction gearbox. So the engines run at a set RPMs, and you can change the load on the engines dependent on how fast you want to go. They don't rev very high. They have a reduction gearbox so that you don't put too much load on the engine when the prop is going through the water.
Sure.
What else did you ask? Yeah, it's on the yacht. The engines are diesel 4-strokes with the generators at diesel 4-strokes. The cruise ships, the generators are diesel 4-strokes. The usual diesel 2-stroke engines are mainly on bulk carriers and cargo ships, where the engines are enormous. They are like 3 decks high. So they'll be the 2-stroke engines with the scavenge space supply.
Okay.
Mike, you got 1 more minute. Keep going, Mike. 1 more minute.
Well, okay. Are the new super yachts driven by those pods and motor pods that dip below the base of the hull, and so they can be turned in any direction? So that they can basically park themselves. They eliminate the need of a tug almost. I found that highly interesting. I saw a show on the super yachts, and I thought that was really cool, and a really nice, innovative way to control a yacht. Something as large as that, because
15 seconds.
They're difficult. So
10 seconds, Mike. Keep going.
Thank you for answering that for me.
So I did work on a tug supply vessel before, where I was working for Swire Pacific Offshore, and these tug supply vessels, they supply bulk to drilling rigs. So we go in and out of port, we supply in bulk to the drilling rigs, and that was running on AZI-pod motors, and we have what's called dynamic positioning. So you plot a point on the chart, and the AZI-pods, there'll be a brushless motor, and it rotates the shafts, and you can spin 360 degrees. So the boat will stay on its coordinates, and when it starts to divert with the waves or the current, the AZI-pods will keep you in that specific point because of the drilling rig. So the drilling rig will be here, and it has to stay very close when you're doing the loading.
Okay, Archie, wake back up.
Very cool.
I gotta ask you something there, Tom. There, tell me this, Tom. If you fell off the boat, you fell off the vessel.
Yeah.
Would you get sucked under it? Like on a big ship, you would be sucked under and you would drown. What would happen if you fell off a super yacht? Would the engine cut you to bits, or what would happen?
To be honest, being chopped to bits would probably be the best thing that happened to you, because if no one saw you, you would die of hypothermia and drown. Like that's if you fall overboard, it's a death sentence.
Oh, why is that?
I thought nobody sees
you're in Europe. The waters are hot, aren't they? The waters are not cold. It's not like the Titanic.
No, the waters are not cold, but even if the water is just a few degrees below body temperature, and because the water is completely surrounding your body, it will remove all the heat from your body, and you will go into hypothermic shock and drown.
In the ocean.
You can survive longer when it's warmer, but if nobody's coming back for you, you're gonna drown.
How long can you survive in the water for?
I wouldn't know that exact
Can
number.
We do some
Let's
do some experiments?
When's the last time you hopped into a pool?
Let's do some.
Super chat.
But if the water is only a few degrees below body temperature, because of the cooling effect of water passing your body, your blood vessels is passing the blood through your body. It's going to be like a radiator on a car. It's going to take all the heat out of your body. Your body's going to try to keep warm. You're going to start shivering and go into hypothermic shock, and then you will drown. Yeah.
But tell Philippe, do you feel Archie would shag on the deck in public and on camera if he ever got with one of the super yacht gilf owners?
Sorry, hold on. Let me read that.
You'd ask for the crew to pay attention on deck first, right, Arch?
Microphone. Aussie expat, your microphone's terrible.
Attention on deck.
Do I feel Archie was shag on the deck, like the main deck in public?
You'd ask everyone to stand at attention and watch.
You would do that
as his 3 inches flops around.
3 inches. Yeah, thank you. I got to tell you, it's tell me this. Do you ever, what sort of cars do these people have that come on these super yachts? Do you ever see the cars?
I don't see the cars so much anymore because they get chauffeured with this. We've got a big Mercedes minivan, so they get chauffeured around. So I don't see any like personal cars. But when I first started yachting on the Takanouya yacht, I did see Bugatti Veyrons and Lamborghinis and stuff. But this was back like 14 years ago. So this is when the first Bugatti Veyron was out, and that was a crazy car to see.
Did you talk to the owner about it? Fuck, what a cool car! Did you?
No.
I'm down with the luxury minivan. That's more my style.
Yeah, luxury minivan is pretty decent. It's nice to use that.
I'm going to ask you a ship question.
Much more practical to take around, 7 guests in a 7-seater.
Have you seen many paddocks on the vessel? Have you seen many Patek Philippe's on the vessel?
Turkish specials.
I'm not sure how legit this story is. I don't know if I'll ever get to meet him, but the owner of Patek was on board this vessel right here with the old owner who sadly passed away. And I believe the owner of the yacht before, the old man, he got gifted a Patek Philippe from the owner of Patek. So he has like a special watch from Patek. So I might ask the old lady if I could have a look, and I would love to just see it. That might be a bit cheeky for me to ask, but I might just drop it in.
Is it frowned upon to have a relationship with owners?
I would say yes. I would say that it is frowned upon in the watch industry. You'll be fired immediately. But then again, who cares? If you've married into wealth, then who cares?
No, but I mean, sorry, I'm talking about in your case. Is it frowned upon for crew to have relationships with owners?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? What do they say? What have you seen where that's happened, or not really?
No, not really. Everyone is kind of just keeps
secretive
themselves on this yacht. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what goes on behind the closed doors. I'm only here to make money, to provide for my family. I'm not getting involved in any of that drama.
Have you been asked out by members on the ship? Have they said, "Hey, I'd like to meet you. Let's go to a restaurant when you got time off"? Have they ever asked you that?
The younger guests, they do ask the younger crew here if they want to go clubbing or when they want to go party and stuff. But they do take them out clubbing and stuff, and obviously they pay and stuff. So it's quite nice for them. But the younger guests, they're in their early 20s, so they're hanging out with the 19 and 20-year-olds that are on the boat here. So
So how old are you, Tom?
I'm 34.
Okay, got you. Does your wife? You mentioned you were married. Congratulations.
Yeah,
does your wife work on a super yacht as well?
No. She worked on the cruise ships. She was assistant chef, so she would help out with all the prepping, food and stuff, and serving. And that's how I actually met her, because I would go up to the Horizon Court, which is the food buffet on the top level of the Princess Cruises, and I saw her, and I was just instantly infatuated. So I would go up there every day for my food, and
I'm very jealous. Between myself and my wife, I wish one of us knew genuinely how to cook well. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, no.
And your wife is English? Your wife is English?
No, she's Mexican.
Ah, wow, fantastic. Yes. And where does she live now? She's in England, or which country does she live in?
Well, at the moment, currently, she's in Mexico, but this holiday we'll be going to England because I haven't seen my family for a while because I keep going back to Mexico for my holiday. Go back to
how long do you stay on the ship for? Like, do you have a 6-month stint, a 3-month stint? What's the stint on a ship?
My current rotation here is 2 months at work and 1 month at home.
Where in Mexico?
And they will fly you home. That's part of your deal. They'll fly you wherever you want to go. Is that right?
Yeah, they pay for my flights. Yeah.
So where would you go? You'd go to Mexico.
Well, this time round, I'm going to the UK.
You could live like a king in Mexico on your cruise ship wages.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Whereabouts in Mexico?
My BMW is made in Mexico, by the way, guys. I tell you this now. I love a good Mexican. My BMW is made in Mexico, and they've got some amazing. Mexico has really got some amazing tech and industries there. They are. It's not only just the food is amazing. They are really coming. Mexico's really punching forward. Tell me this.
Yeah, I don't know. The latest round of Toyota trucks built in Mexico haven't worked out that well.
Well, that's more of a Toyota issue than a Mexico issue. But tell me this, Tom. Would you live in Mexico? Where would you buy? You could buy a nice house. You could buy a mansion in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a house in England, and I paid about £130,000 for this 2-bed flat, tiny little spit of
cottage
bit, tiny little thing. Shared parking. It was just a little flat. Fortune, man, fortune. Yeah. And on top of that, I had to pay for ground rent. It's like, why do I have to pay for ground rent? I've already bought the house. I own it. Why do I have to pay ground rent? Paying ground rent, paying all these bills, paying all this maintenance, nonsense, man. And then my wife's parents, they bought a house for about the same price. And they've got a really nice house, double gate drive with like a multi-car drive, and they got a nice garden with a fountain, an outhouse with a barbecue, proper barbecue, not a little shitty one, proper stone barbecue with a crank handle for the really nice for less than £150,000. I was like, my God, why live in Mexico? I could have a house with a pool and everything,
Do you want to have children, Tom?
I have a son. Yeah, love him to bits. I cannot wait to see my son again because it's been a while.
How old's your boy?
I started the channel when he was born, so he's 5 months, and the sentimental watch video is dedicated to my son. So if you see,
congratulations, man!
At the end for my son, and I love him to bits, and I'm getting a little bit emotional actually.
Yeah, you need to get yourself a Rolex to hand down to him one day. You do it, it quick.
He's already got a few watches that's going to be handed down to him. It's
no. Screw it. It has to be Rolex.
Has to be Rolex. It has to be. I mean, even if they'll sell me one, you know what I mean? They might not even want to sell me one. I might use.
You go to DavidSW.
I might say,
just 1 minute there. I got to tell you something. Let me just. I want to say something to you. Please, don't suck up. Tell the AD to go fuck themselves. I just want to run this. Running it now. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about DavidSW. DavidSW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at DavidSW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to DavidSW. I would highly recommend DavidSW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to DavidSW. Yeah, fuck kissing the AD's ass. They're all a bunch of cunts, Tom. I never got nothing. tried to get a Pepsi out of them. They're cunts. They're just fucking cunts. You know what? Don't kiss their ass.
I have thought about just going grey market. You know, just
fuck it.
on the
Tom,
markup.
I never buy nothing. I buy everything pre-owned. Don't waste your time. Save your dignity. Save your dignity.
Yeah,
okay?
but the difference between buying pre-owned Breguet and buying pre-owned Rolex is pre-owned Rolex. You pay double the price.
It depends what you ask for, but
coming back a bit. It's come back a long way, Tom. It's come back a long way. Rolex isn't. Explorer 2 isn't so bad. Okay, if you
Explorer 2, you get a discount.
Explorer 2 is a great watch to buy on the secondary market. Pepsi, okay, Pepsi's a premium and date panda, but come on, Tom, please save your dignity. Just go to DavidSW. That's what I would do if you're in America. That's where, and he's a really good guy. He'll look after you. Tom, tell me this, Tom. How do you differentiate between your super yacht life and normal friends? Do you find it's very, very different world?
Yeah, completely different world. Some people don't even believe me when I'm talking to them. They think I'm talking nonsense. They, you know, it's hard to explain this kind of life. You tell stories and they're like, yeah, all right, mate. You know, let's get you home. You're drunk or whatever. And it's like, you know, I'm not lying. You know, if you did believe me or not, I don't really care. You know, it's so the life that I live, it's very different. So you can't grasp it unless you've seen it, you know. And Below Decks does showcase a lot of that thing for regular.
I have a brother-in-law who passed his captain's test, and he does.
Yeah.
He was raised on ships, on yachts, and he started out as crew, like cutting bait, and now he's a contract captain. And consequently, I've been on a couple of these yachts, and they're truly beyond belief. I mean, it's like mini cruise ship, but very richly appointed, very beautiful.
Yeah, so I'll go home and everything becomes very normal. Everything settles down. You know, there's no alarms. You get alarms and stuff sometimes, and you don't have any fire drills. You don't have any, stuff. You don't have to like get all clean shaven and greet guests. I just go home, wake up when I want, and everything's very normal again, and I quite like that, and I like to just have that home time with my family and my friends. And then when I come to the yacht, it's all hectic again, and I get to have both sides of that,
Do you think you could ever be friends with like an owner, or it's always a business type relationship? You can never cross that boundary. Can you be friends?
I reckon you could be friends with an owner. I mean, the captain of this vessel has been working on this vessel since its inception. He was the build captain here, so he's been working here for like, I don't know, maybe like 22 years on this boat, and he was the captain on the boat before. So I guess they became friends, like, long-term family.
Is there any stories from when it was owned by the Russians? Any crazy stories about this vessel?
Well, this vessel wasn't owned by Russians. It was my last boat that got sold off. This boat was built and owned by the owners, never been chartered. It's a private boat. This is basically a holiday home. So this is their personal boat. It upstairs, it has, family portraits, and everything's very homely in here. It's a very British boat, because the owner is British, but he married a German lady. So everything is very British. It kind of looks like the Titanic inside. Everything's dark wood, very classic style. You wouldn't want to charter it because it's not fancy, it's not modern. It's a very old school boat.
So this isn't P. Diddy's freak out boat, is what you're saying?
No.
No baby oil aboard.
Tell Philippe $5 for your information, Archie. Remind that Tom said Terry Stern was on the boat, not some shitty Breguet moment. That's a Patek moment. $75 million US, fucker. Thank you. That's from Patel Philippe. JD Montreal, $2.80. Tom, do you carry a whistle on you just in case?
No, I don't carry a whistle on me just in case. Well, if I fell overboard, is that what you're saying?
I got to tell you something, Tom. You'd really love that movie, Triangle of Sadness. It's about these supermodels the model and an influencer who go on a super luxury cruise with the super rich. And the whole premise of this story is that they're on this boat and the super rich just hang on there because I'm trying to tell a story and you reckon my punchline. They're on this super vessel and they can have whatever they want. For example, someone wanted Vegemite or Marmite. They had it delivered by helicopter. Okay. Anyhow, on this vessel, what happens is that pirates come in and then they went into a storm and some of the people go onto a deserted island. And what happens is the whole story is about the dynamics change because suddenly there was a Filipino maid who cleans the toilet. And she suddenly became very important because she could cook fish, catch fish, and feed everybody. And she said, well, I'm no longer the toilet cleaner. I'm now the king. So that was
a great movie. It was really good.
And in that movie, there was this rich guy who goes, I'll give you a Patek Philippe for water, for example.
It's like, fuck off.
And she said, I don't want a fucking Patek. It's just an interesting movie.
And she was sleeping with the young hot guy.
Movie that I really liked, there was these two beautiful models, a lady and a girl model. And the Filipino toilet cleaner, she became very high status. She decided she would take the supermodel and fuck his brains out.
Yeah, she took the boy.
And he became her sort of toy boy.
Power, yeah.
And it was interesting. What I found really interesting in the movie was that these rich people, they think they are always king. But if the dynamics change, God forbid, say you became poor, you would lose this power, and it's a very interesting. I think you would enjoy it because it's got some really good crew in it. It's got
There's a great scene. He would relate. Remember the scene with the jacuzzi? The rich lady, come in the jacuzzi.
Yes.
And she's working. It was like the story you told about. Hey, have a drink with us. She's like, hey, get in the jacuzzi with me. It's like, you got all these other people working at the same time. It's like exactly what you were talking about. It's a good movie.
It was a very good
movie, and
it was.
Tom, can you please? Do you have WhatsApp? Are you on WhatsApp or email? How do I get in touch with you, Tom?
Yeah. You. I thought you had my email before. I mean, I've got your friend's email address, so I can
tell you what. In the private chat there, just put your email address. I'll send you in the private chat. Put your email, and that way there, I'll send you a private message. I got to tell you, Kessler, this guy here is on a $75 million super yacht.
I see. Yes, Tom, welcome to the show. Welcome.
Hi.
Tom, have you had supermodels on your yacht? Celebrities. Have you had? Well, you had Paddock. He had fucking Terry Stern was on this vessel, on a previous vessel. Sorry.
No, it was this vessel.
Terry Stern was on this vessel.
Passed away.
Kessler. What do you? It's amazing. You had movie stars, or you suppose you can't say who you had there,
Well, my last, not on here. This is a private boat. This is a family boat. This is like their holiday home. But the last boat I was on, they didn't charter it. Like I said, they sold the boat, but they had the writer for Game of Thrones on there for a charter previously before it was sanctioned. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, I never got to see him, but they told me the story about it. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So you do get interesting people that are chartering these boats, and they come for a little holiday getaway from paparazzi and stuff. They go on a yacht, they sail out a bit, and
just a boat like that cost a charter. What's the rate per day, per week, or what? How do you charter it?
It's a weekly charter, but it won't be the full week. It will probably be like 5 to 6 days, and you have 1 day turnaround. So you're probably spending about $200,000 to rent the boat, and then you have to cover the fuel, you have to cover the food, and then you have to have a 10% gratuity for tips, and you pay the tips up front. So when you charter a boat, you pay for all of that, and then you have the tip lump sum up front, and that gets distributed amongst the crew regardless of your rank.
Book
status,
here,
just
Ozzy
divided
Expat.
up.
What's this book you're trying to spruik, Ozzy?
Yeah, you were talking about
Only
the girls
the
and
dog
stuff.
trainers allowed to spruik books, okay? Mark
No,
Goldberg.
I'm not spruiking the book, but referring to like the girls on yachts and stuff like that. And the term yachting has turned into basically a synonym for pay for play. This book outlines like a model that was involved in that world, talking about going to events and certain things, including going on yachts and stuff like that. So anyone interested in that world, this book here by Emily Ratajkowski, My Body is My Body. There's a sticker over here that sort of covers it up, but
And what's it about?
Yeah.
My Body.
Well, it's about a few things, but one of them is the whole yachting landscape where young girls are, come to this party for $25,000, you know. But, you know, it's not all above board necessarily. It's sort of, who knows?
So I've been really polite, but I want to have a real engineering conversation with Tom because I know you can talk about pervy old women, but
Proceed, Jay Anthony.
I heard reduction gearboxes and I got excited. No, please don't put the camera on me. I don't want to be on
That's
camera.
why I do it, because it freaks you out.
I've got time for one more because it's 2 o'clock, nearly 2 o'clock here now, and I have work tomorrow. So
Very quickly, I love the Seamaster too. So 2 questions. One, do you watch the Yacht Report on YouTube? Do you like the channel? I'm curious about that. I watch that religiously. What do you think?
I don't. With in terms of YouTube, I actually just I watched like commentary YouTube and stuff like that, and like gameplays. I don't watch most of like the stuff that I create content for. I just watch other stuff on YouTube. Like I create, but I don't like consume that much.
Okay, so I know you're in a rush, and I'm so excited to talk to somebody that actually knows about this stuff. This is fascinating to me.
I mean, there's always another stream, you know.
Yeah, but it's like, so I guess I have 2 questions. So one is, I didn't think of reduction gearboxes with diesel engines. I knew there were more with like steam turbines. I didn't realize that was a common thing. But I am curious, what's the most common stuff that fails on a yacht you have to fix? Like, what's your high maintenance item?
Toilets.
Really?
Vacuum
Toilet.
system. Very touchy vacuum system.
Vacuum system. If you, there are 2 types of sewage treatment systems or sewage plants. You have the smaller yachts, like the one I worked on, that uses a macerator. You know, like I guess in America you have like or like in Australia maybe you have a sink with a macerator system that grinds your food up.
Yeah, disposal. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that, but in a toilet.
Wow.
So when you flush,
I thought it just goes
there's a
straight to the
maceration
sea.
pump.
I just thought it goes straight to the sea. No, they're not
it
allowed
goes to a
do
holding
that.
tank. No, that's
Blackwater
actually,
goes to the Blackwater holding tank.
Yeah, Greywater, Blackwater.
holding tank. Yeah, so the maceration pumps, they fail a lot. So I saw one of the person in the comment section saying like, what happens when people put tampons down the toilet?
Ooh,
well,
bad.
it fucks shit up. That's what it does. Big
Yeah.
time.
Literally.
When I was
100%.
on McGregor's yacht before, his kids thought that it would be a good idea to put all the wrappers, you know, like the ketchup wrappers and stuff from the takeaways. They put them down the toilet and flushed it, and then they were like, "Oh, the toilet's broke." So I had to pull the toilet out, and there's water everywhere, there's shit everywhere, and I'm really hating my life. And it was like my last day on board, and I had to take the macerator pump off and pull all this like stuff out, and it was just a nightmare. I hate those macerator pumps. I never want to see them again.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's an inline system. So if one goes, everything downstream of it is gone.
Yes and no. With a vacuum system, yes, but these were maceration pumps. So they
Gotcha.
didn't run off a vacuum. So
And did you tell him what caused the problem? You told him, say, what the fuck are you doing?
No, don't dare. No way. You'd
Why
you
is
know
that?
what I mean?
Just
No, but
fix
why
it,
is
little
that?
plumber
Aren't you
boy.
allowed to say to the owner, look, just be careful, don't do this?
I mean, you can tell people what they want, but they don't really care, do they? They've got someone like me to clean it up. So why do they're not bothered.
Let's call the
What
loading
made you don't sound like you actually like the guy. What makes you dislike him? Can I ask you that?
Shit.
Who?
That
Poop?
McGregor guy.
Poop?
Oh well, I mean, it's not that I don't like him. It's that I found he was a bit self-absorbed, maybe a bit arrogant. I mean, I tried to talk to him like a regular guy, and you know, it's hard to speak to someone who's a inflated celebrity. You know, you can't really talk normally. But his kids were great. You know, I talked with their kids. I used to like laugh and joke with them and stuff like that. So, and his wife was really nice, down to earth lady as well. Even his mum was really actually quite nice, a decent lady. But he was very inflated, you know. So I would always tread carefully around him and be very like polite and be very kind of like stay out of his way, because he didn't understand. Well, I mean, obviously he does understand, but he understands who he is. He knows who he is, so he doesn't care what I think, you know.
But does that give him the right to be a cunt?
No, of course not. But you know, this is the real world that we live in, and me as a lowly pauper, I don't really matter in terms of those grand scheme of things, you know.
I think with McGregor, there's more going on there than just money.
Did you take off the Tudor to dig in?
Yeah.
I don't even like the guy. You know what? I honestly didn't even know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
Narc was completely right. I thought he was a kickboxer. I didn't really even know who the fuck he is. He looks like a thug. I Googled him and said, "Who is this ugly cunt?" That's what I never heard of him before you. I kind of, oh yeah, that's right. He collects watches. He's a jerk.
Well, aren't we all?
Yeah. As best as I can tell, there's a lot going on with McGregor, more than just
like
money.
He's had the shit kicked out of him. That's the problem. There's some
and
mental
money.
health issues.
Also, like and drugs. You know.
Yeah.
Like the behavior doesn't seem exemplary of anything more than like lots of different drugs.
Yeah, that's not a good way to be. You don't want to be that guy, Aussie expat.
But his team was great. They were proper lads, you know. They were really pally, you know. It was just him. It was very like a main character, you know. Like the whole show revolves around this one person, and he's the one that makes the show. Whereas everyone else was just a regular guy, you know. Got film crew and stuff and security. They're all very chill, very decent guys. So, you know, that's the way.
Tom, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on there.
Thank you.
I want to thank you so much. Please come again. Okay.
Yeah, it's been great talking about engineering, talking about watches.
Yeah, and I got to tell you something, Tom. I really do thank you for the advice on there's too many pretentious cunts on this stream told me, why would you get that watch? It's beneath you. You know what? No fucking watch is beneath me. My grandfather, let me fucking tell you this. My grandfather used to pick up cigarette butts from the side of the street because he couldn't afford cigarettes. Okay, so I'm not sort of...
I did that when I was 12.
Anyone
that's how I started smoking.
This. It is honestly... you know, I don't think anyone... I was asked recently to join a club. And I said, I'm not club material. My grandfather used to pick up cigarette butts. I said, I'm not for your high mighty club. It's not for me. I'm a down to... I buy everything second or third or fourth hand.
I'm a Patek man.
Okay?
Archie, I didn't say it was beneath you. I just said you're not a field watch guy.
Well, maybe I want to be a field watch guy. Maybe I want to try a different genre. Maybe I want to go into a new leaf. I want to go into a new direction this year because,
maybe
you know,
hitters.
It could be. I love the blue. To be honest with you, I think that 40 mil is a perfect size, blue dial, and a fucking tan leather strap. Fuck! It just. I think it would improve my life. I might even find some happiness by buying that thing. You know.
Yeah. Were you listening to Tom, Archie, when he said the difference between rich people and poor people was making money work for them?
You know what? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to own a super yacht. They sound like they're not my type of people. I want to have the things I want. I got you as friends. I'm the richest man in the world. Look at the panel and crew I got here. I'm wealthier than any of those cunts.
Because you have friends.
You know?
Look at your friends.
You know, look at this. You know, Eddie would disagree because I kept pushing him off because Eddie was a cunt. Eddie didn't fucking come on yesterday when I needed him.
He was here. He's here right now.
Tom, thank you so much, man. You get some rest.
Thank you.
We love you, Tom. Come again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for
Welcome,
joining.
Tom.
Thanks, everyone.
Nice
Thanks,
to meet you,
everybody.
man.
Adios.
Nice to meet you too.
Hasta luego. Hasta la pasta.
Are you going to kick me out or do I kick myself out?
No, you kick yourself
I'll kick you out. I'll
Right.
just take you out there. It's
There we
okay.
go. Bye-bye now. Oh, look who it is.
Guys, what a fantastic interview there. Keslow. You should have dropped some names, Keslow.
Much wealth. Proper Irish whiskey from a proper Irish animal. You have to taste it, mate. It is the finest.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Is he fucking awesome? Thank you so much, Dana.
I don't even get that. I don't even understand what that's about. I don't even get the joke, the punchline. Keslow.
Yo. Wait. J. Anthony, did you get that? That's McGregor.
No, he didn't.
What about him?
I thought that was funny. That's when
It was so funny.
This is the type of prick he is. He's got his own scotch. He offered an old guy in a pub a drink. The guy goes, "I'm not interested." Offered it to him again. Not interested. So he punched the guy.
Why don't
This
you
is
explain
not-
your joke to us again? Go ahead. Explain it
No,
slowly.
no.
And then you
I need a
laugh
new
at
com-
it. 'Cause,
I
you
need
like
a
to
new
laugh at it.
community. You guys haven't watched UFC. This guy's an asshole. I'm out of here.
Come on, tell us the joke.
For fuck's sake.
No, tell us
He's
the joke.
boycotting. He's boycotting.
Explain it.
Kessler, you got that, didn't you?
I did not. I got that it was McGregor, but I thought you
Yeah.
were. I thought it was.
No,
I thought it
in
was
real
going to be. I thought it
Same.
was going to be the new guy having shots
No.
with the owner.
Explain the humor again, Narky. That makes it better.
If you look him up, he's been charged with sexual assault 5 times, anally raped women, hit an old guy because he wouldn't drink his scotch, right? The guy's lost it, right? And more importantly, I want to pivot to Archie's BMW.
Yeah, let's do it here. Let's do
You
it
tried to
now.
lie yesterday.
That
You
fake
tried to
laugh.
lie.
Let's do it.
Narky, what's with that fake laugh? I wonder what you're really.
No, it's not fake. Schadenfreude. He lied. He lied last night to Anthony.
Just love your.
I got clips. He goes, the cars in my
We
garage.
got 128 here. This is a good time to bring up the BMW.
What did I miss?
He got repossessed.
Is that where the IWC money's coming from? Is the car payment doesn't have to
It's a
get paid?
voluntarily surrender, okay? It's a voluntarily surrendered, okay? It's very different to repossess, Narc.
Jonathan, right? He had a choice. Do I buy a $3,000 pen or pay my BMW payments? He bought a $3,000 pen. That was
There's that
payments.
fake laugh again.
No, it's not fake. It's not fake.
Archie, what's with the red Audi, man? I'm gonna smack you upside the head.
You don't like it?
You got the BMW was given back, and you got the Audi. Come on,
5
man.
year servicing, 5 year servicing, 5-year warranty, 5-year roadside assist.
Oh, what are we looking at? We got like a
This is exciting. What's going on?
Q something or other, or A something.
Yeah, you guys love Audis, don't you?
I don't love that you got a new German high depreciation car when you couldn't afford to keep the current high depreciation German car you had.
It's called getting on the ladder. Every time you get to a certain depreciation level, you gotta get the new one.
It's like depreciation roulette.
You gotta keep getting back up the ladder.
Oh man, Archie, I love you, but I feel bad. This is not good for your health, man.
We can get excited about an Audi.
What's wrong with an Audi?
No, I agree. Like
I'm talking about
FBMW,
your
let's
financial
go
health.
Audi.
You took out a loan on another new German car and had the other one
Okay, I'm
taken
gonna play
back?
the clip. I'm gonna play the clip because you guys.
Dude.
I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, I'll show it to you. Okay, I was trying to save this for another day, but Okay, now that you brought it up, I'll play the clip for you. Okay.
You need an intervention, sir.
Thank
What's
you,
going
Arch.
on?
Woo! I've never
Look at
had a
it. Isn't
car
it
with a bow on
beautiful?
it. It's beautiful. So this is a Q? This looks like a crossover or something.
It is. It's a baby SUV.
Oh my gosh, this is nice, Arch. This is already nice. I like it. Wow, that's cool.
It's a beautiful car. We wanted a baby SUV. I had enough of the Beamer. We wanted an SUV now. What's wrong with that?
Very
Okay,
nice.
it's front-wheel drive. It's got a higher center of gravity. But hey, we don't. I'm not driving it on a racetrack, Keslow. What do you think, Jay Anthony?
I think any person that was worried about making payments on their currently committed underwater tax car that they told me they couldn't get rid of and went out and bought another Audi, I think is making very dangerous decisions financially.
It's in my wife's name. Don't worry about it. They can't take this one.
Oh. If you pay cash for it, they can't take it either. You know, that's a novel concept. I know.
Well, where do I get the cash from?
Q series.
Sell the world time.
I asked them for swag. Look at the swag I got. Rich Mitch, £2. This is just drizzling shits. What does that mean?
This is just the drizzling shits.
That basket is an Audi basket, by
like
the
he's
way.
in
It's not
happy.
just a generic brand. I got the rubber mat for the boot. Look at that. Jay Anthony, I got the rubber mat, rubber flooring there. Look at that. They're special.
I do like that. I wish I had that for my vehicle, a rubber mat for the rear.
It just stops you damaging the material. You know what I mean?
100%. It's a hard use area. I don't understand why this isn't normal. It's a great idea.
Yeah, we got it there. Look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It'll be really beautiful is like a 20-year-old Toyota that's been paid off and cash positive in the bank account and no interest outside your mortgage or no HELOC even. I think that's pretty beautiful.
It's only $500 a month, okay? It doesn't matter.
Hey, Archie, where's the Beamer, man?
Look at the Audi. That's a Q3 next to it. What do you think of the Q3? That's another nice car.
What's the tire situation on that? Is it run flats or is there a spare?
18s. Yeah, they run flats. They run flats.
Hey, where's the Beamer, man?
Look at it. It's a beautiful car. Don't you like Audi? Audi's the caring and sharing alternative to BMW. BMW are cunts. Got it.
I recall the Q2 is basically a Golf that is that has a different body on top of it, right? Isn't it basically a VW Golf underneath?
That's an A3.
Man,
It can't be if it's all-wheel drive, right?
It's not. It's only two-wheel drive.
Hey, Archie,
Did you buy
where's
the Seiko? I like the Seiko. What was that
where's
prospect?
the Beamer?
So are Audi and Volkswagen in cahoots with each other?
They're the same company.
It is Volkswagen,
Yeah, it's Badge.
man.
Volkswagen Audi
Okay.
Group. Badge. Okay, Naki, play the clip.
I
It's
just
the
was
badge, man.
referring to what Jay Anthony said because I've seen a lot of companies do that. You know, they
Taking a bit longer.
No.
look at the new Supra. You know, look at the BRZ.
Supra's a Mercedes, a BMW, man.
The Z4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, the Supra's a nice car, though, man.
Well, that was my point, basically, without getting into detail. You know,
Hey, I would get the only BMW I would buy is a Z4. That's the only one. That's the only one I would get.
They just came back with a manual, which is great.
Awesome.
I have to get up at 3 a.m., so I'll jump off. But lovely talking to Tom. He was a great guy.
Look at the Audi. What do you think of
Man,
the
why
Audi?
you leaving, man? Why you
at the
leaving,
engine.
man?
I have a flight I got to get up for. That's why.
Look at that. What do you think of the
I got to
engine?
jump too. Sorry,
It's only
I
a
got a dinner to
1.5.
prepare for.
It's only a
Catch you guys later.
1.5 liter. Look at that. It's beautiful. Well-made car. Well-made car. Look at that.
Congrats, Archie. It looks a lot more fun. Like the SUV, it definitely
More useful.
helps.
5-year warranty, 5-year roadside assist, and 5-year servicing. Beautifully well-made car. Look at that. Isn't it beautifully done?
And it's a lease?
No, I borrowed half. I took it out.
Oh, that's pretty good for that payment, right? I mean,
well, we own it at the end. There's no balloon.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed a lease because your payment isn't crazy. So yeah, that's pretty good.
You know what I got this for in Aussie dollars? I think it was pretty good. It was 44 Aussie.
Did you consider BYDs? My in-laws just bought a SUV BYD. I was really impressed for the money.
Euro car snob.
Okay.
Car snob. Look at that. My wife loves an Audi. She wants a German badge, for fuck's sake. We don't want...
So where's it made?
Made in Germany.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The BMW is made in Mexico.
Yeah.
But, you know, where it's made really doesn't mean jack shit. You know, where they're made doesn't mean a thing. BMW has a huge factory in China. Audi makes many stuff in China. There's nothing... It's the quality assurance. It's not the country.
M2 Carlino. No, the BYDs, they also have hybrids and non-electric stuff too. I don't know if they got pure ICE cars, but you know, they do. The one that they bought was just a hybrid. It was really impressive, especially for the price. I'd say it was better than a Tesla. That was pretty clear interior wise.
Yeah, there you go, guys. I just thought I'd show that to you there. That's the we got out of the Beamer. The Beamer was expensive, okay? I can't afford it, okay?
Congrats, Arch. I
can't afford it. I can't afford it. You understand? I need to have a family car. It's easier to go grocery shopping in. It's just a handy car. He's gone. And Eddie's back. Hey, Eddie, we're back. Don't kill the show. We got momentum. We got momentum. Don't kill the show, Eddie. Just sit there quietly for a few minutes.
Sure.
Right, let's go to the clip.
Staff drives past your house every day. He says he hasn't seen the BM. But the funny part is the funny part is the funny part. Oh wait, the punchline is the staff drives past your house just to check your BM. That's funny, Gary.
Yeah, and the other day somebody asked him to go out
a bit longer.
No, Saab actually said no. Saab drives past. You know what Plastic said? That Saab drives past your house every day. He says he hasn't seen the BM.
Hey Archie, man, can you adopt me as your son, man?
Hey man, how are you going on the employment front? You found a job yet?
No, next week I got an interview next week. Archie,
man, you got to work for yourself. I think you need to work for yourself. I told you this, but you don't want to listen.
You want to help me start my own business, man? You want to invest in me?
You could very easily do your own thing, man. That's what you got to do. But it's okay. Kessler, where's Kessler gone? What happened to Kessler? Why did he go? They had the A-grade talent, and then they leave me.
You yelled at him.
Sorry, you got no microphone there, Marky.
Man.
Oh, he's adjusted the mic. That's what's happened. The little cunt.
It's
the cunt.
What happened?
Can you hear me now? Narc is fucking with me a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. No, look at that. I had some really good talent. We had a great show. And Eddie, Luxy wants to know why you don't come on the Luxy show anymore.
Because it's early in the morning, my mom's sleeping. You know, we live in a small place. It's real loud. I talk loud. You know.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't want to make noise. I don't want to make noise and wake up my mom. My mom's mad at me already, man.
Why is she mad at you?
I don't even know. I was saying, man, she got mad yesterday, man. We got into a fight, man. I didn't hit her or nothing. She just like yelled at me.
I didn't hit. What the fuck? What sort of people are these, Marky?
Man, we're fucked, Archie, man.
Welcome to Chicago.
she was yelling at me crazy shit. She's like, "I hope you die, motherfucker."
Wow. She brought you into the
I'm
world.
like,
She
why
could
would
take
you
you out.
say that shit? She's like, "I hate you," and then today she's like, "No, it's okay."
How much was she drinking?
She wasn't drinking. My mom just like that, man. I'm real depressed, man.
Oh,
I
she's
can't
a little
live like
psychotic then, huh?
Yeah, man. We're all psychotic, man.
No,
We're
no,
fucked.
some
We're
more than
fucked,
others
man.
on this stream. Some more than others.
We're fucked, man. What can I? That's why I need. I wish somebody would adopt me so I don't have to live like that.
Well, you know, you could be on your own. You
I
are like
know,
one.
man. It's not easy to do, man. I love my man. My mom. I told my mom, look, man. If you want me to die, then I'm gonna help me die, man. I don't want to live like that no more.
No.
Mike, one sec, Archie, you can run the show. Was Mike?
Anymore. Could he kill the show any more than he's already trying to fuck
No,
me?
hey, Mike.
Hey.
What?
Mark, have fun with the show. I know you're muting me. I know you got the super keys. Have fun with your show. You and Higgy. See you later.
He's very sensitive.
He's very sensitive, isn't he? Just
he's very sensitive. He demands the right to fuck up your show and then gets pissy if someone laughs at him. He's very, very sensitive.
I know, doesn't he? He's a fucking.
Why has he got keys? He kept throwing me out. He kept throwing me out, which was amusing. I deserved it. Let's be honest. I deserved it. But he does have a way to kill a show. Anyway, look, I'm sorry I mocked you for the IWC. I do want to apologize for that because, quite frankly, I would probably rock that watch. But
I think it's cool. You know what I mean? I think it's cool.
Right,
Donnie
look. Here's my point. Here's my point. You are the motherfucker who coined the term shitter, and like about 7 years ago.
Is
And when you
IWC
did
a shitter, even if it is?
You said everything. Look, can I quote you again? You to you. Rolex. The only thing that counts is Rolex. And now the only thing that doesn't count is Rolex. Now you're a Breguet man, but you're a Seiko man. Look, I got to be honest with you. You will never have as many shitters as I do. Never. Because I got like 50, 60 of them. I get bored. I get itchy. I buy a Seiko. That's why I have so goddamn many of them. But I hold you out as better than the rest of us. You are meant to be the inspiration that inspires us to aim upward, not downward. And that's why I objected to the IWC. But, you know, you got to please yourself. You got to be happy. Right, Mike?
Be here now.
Got to be happy. I have more shitters than most people on this stream. It's not a good habit, but here we are. I get bored. I look to see what can I do with 300, 500, $600.
I've been in the position of having a lot of money, and so like I finally got it why some women like have 5,000 pairs of shoes in their closet, because it's fun buying shit. You get a little rush when you buy something new that's cool, and like, you know, if it's shoes, you know, you just get a little rush every time you buy shoes.
Like, see this watch. I lost it in my own house for 18 months. Lost it for 18 months. I have so many watches that sometimes I'll set them down somewhere and forget where the fuck I put it. And this one was gone for a year and a half.
Yeah.
This is not right. This is no way to be with watches. Yeah.
I'm working on getting like a cheddar together to, you know.
No, stick with your orange monster. You have an orange monster. It's an iconic. I have
a samurai as well, which I like a lot.
Well, you know what? Then you have two excellent professional level Seikos.
No, but I need.
You don't need.
I need a sub.
No, you don't need.
Everybody needs a sub.
You know what you have? You have what you need. You don't need. Mike, like, listen. You quit heroin. Stay quit. You quit watches. Stay quit. It's a good thing. Stay quit. It's a bad fucking habit. We are all ill. We are not happy. I'm
happy.
No, that's the point. You're happy because you have two fucking Seikos. I have 13 Rolex, 5 Breitling, 6 Seiko, and I am an unhappy, unwell person.
That's why we're so perfect for each other.
I know that. Did you hear that, kid? His kid says that's why we're perfect for each other because I'm deeply unwell.
He's such a cute guy, isn't he? So cute.
Now, hold on, Saints Kitten. I want you to judge this Christmas card.
I love the Christmas card. It's adorable.
Yeah,
I already saw it.
Now, can you tell me how many pictures of Archie we have on the fridge?
We have two, but originally we only had one.
Because another one came in this. But look, see this one.
That one's already up. Oh no, that's not on our fridge.
Do you want this picture too?
Well, it's on our fridge.
And I have another question. We have two pictures of Archie on the fridge, one in my hand. How many pictures of my grandchildren are on that fridge?
You know what?
What?
If one of you,
yes,
if one of your children would bother to send us pictures,
oh, they probably do. I just don't know what we've done. I have them all on my phone. Okay, here's another.
Even
picture.
has one in my collection of Build-A-Bears.
I want you to reach for it on camera, so you gotta put your hand over the. There we go. Okay, that's as much as Satan Kitten has ever been seen on camera. Now, Archie was saying that. Go ahead.
Have you ever met super rich people? You met a few. You were flown private in an aircraft.
Well, not only that, but like my brother-in-law got married on a 125-foot yacht that he later became captain of. At the time he was first mate, then he became captain. Excuse me, Kitten. So yeah, I mean, have I met? Listen, I met the guy who drank drinks in your car. That's true wealth. A new Beamer just cracks open a cold one.
Hands you a bag of chips.
But you know what? I really think that Tom, the yacht guy, Tom, he had the app. He really summed it up very well. Normal people of normal means use their money as a matter of survival to pay the bills, buy a doodad or two that you want, and wealthy people use their money to make money, and that is. And
I had a huge question I wanted to actually ask him at that time, but I couldn't get a word in. But okay, wouldn't a flat tax like fix that? You know, so that it would take the advantage of the people who already have like enough money to live 50,000 lifetimes, and their money is just. You know, don't inhibit them from making money with their money, but at least make them pay, like tighten up on the loopholes. Because
you know, I don't know the answer to that, but I do know if you inhibit people from making money with high tax rates, they stop trying, and then they just put their money in T-bills in the stock market, and then employment goes.
All right.
You know, so I'm not qualified to answer that question, Mike, but I do know. There's a fine balance between allowing the rich to be rich and stifling, you know, most of this. And not only that, most of this country is run on small business. I'm a small little business.
Yeah.
We've got Roy joining us here, and Roy, I'm still recovering from the fact that you take your watches in the pool.
Because he's not worried. He's unworried. He has Rolex. You can do that, Archie. You can shoot him.
I'll tell you what. I'll buy the 5326, and we'll find out if Patek's new 30 meters is 30 meters is true.
For God's sakes, you can take it in the shower, the hot tub. You can take a Rolex anywhere.
I wouldn't do that, but it's not worth doing. Why would you? Do you have to take it everywhere?
I've done it for 30 years. I've never had a problem. I even did it on the 34 millimeter date, which probably has the least water resistance of any Rolex. Oyster case, fucker. Oyster case.
I mean, I just don't like. We go places where there's water, whether it's pools, beaches, whatever. I'm not leaving that shit in the room with that stupid little safe and the 4-digit code. It's not
I heard Paddock. I'm back.
Kelso, can you say it for us? Go ahead. Say
I'm back.
No.
What do you think, Kessler? He wants to take his paddock in the pool.
Well, that I wouldn't.
They say you can. Go for it. You're going to mess up the strap. Go for it.
The thing that sucks is if you do get water in it, you know, kind of like a car that gets flooded, it's never the same. So you just got to buy a new one.
Yeah, I would not take a paddock in the hot tub. Rolex, yes, paddock.
How about a Breitling
the hot
chronograph?
tub would be a tough
Breitling
one.
you can take anywhere. You can do anything in a Breitling.
It's the same fucking construction as a chronomat. Just because the case is shaped differently, they're making them the same way. They're popping them out the same way. You know.
All right, I want to run through an exercise. Paul, you ready to check in?
Hey, Paul.
Check in. Ready?
Hey, Paul.
I'm going to send you something on WhatsApp. I want you to pull it up for me, okay?
Yep.
We got content here. Content.
Oh, thank God.
So I'm on the hunt for the next paddock. Paddock. Okay. And these are the 4 I've narrowed it down to. So I'm curious what you think is the best bang per buck. Okay, we're talking bang per buck.
What are you doing as far as the car go? Just very quickly, what's happening with the car, the luxury car?
You know,
purchase?
you said something very profound the other day that is very, I think you nailed it on the head. I want to get away from pretentious displays of wealth.
Do you want to get laid, or you want to be beating?
I think I'll get more enjoyment out of a second Patek. You see.
You know what? The car is a depreciating asset. The Patek, not so much. Not as much.
That's the thing.
I think the 5960G is amazing. That blue dial, the brown strap, fucking killer. Killer. Chicken dinner winner.
So which one would go best with the 5320? If you were to add one to my perpetual, what would be your choice? And consider the value, because the 6119 on the far left is half the price of the 5170 on the right.
Yeah, but it's stupid money for, is that a Calatrava?
I would get the 5170. There's so few Pateks out there where you can get those wonderful wide polished Brega numerals.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are way more expensive than that 5170.
You know, not a bad choice, but I'm a 5960 man in this lineup.
Yeah, I think that's a great 5960 is such good value. It's a chronograph and it's annual calendar.
Exactly. Complicated.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you,
less money, more complications.
Tesla.
You don't like the 5226? I think the 5226 is my first choice.
It's too much money for a three-hander.
But the dial, and the case.
You gotta wait like another couple years on the 5226. I think you'd get it for 20 grand or 24, just like the 6119 in a few years. It's too new.
I mean, it's been out like 5 years, no?
No, it's not been out 5 years.
When was it released? When was it released?
I thought it was 20 or 21 when they did that, along with the.
That's 5 years. It's 2025.
I suppose, I guess, but still, though,
I mean,
I do like the watch, the floating watch, the hobnail case band. It's a great watch. They're overvalued at the moment for what it is, I think.
They're pretty stable in the low 30s. I mean, it's been there for quite a bit. I mean, those are never gonna be 20 grand. Those are never. Those might be.
For less than $10,000 more, you've got
Tesla. I don't know why you don't get a world time. That's the bang per buck. A world time and a perpetual calendar. What more do you want, man? I don't understand why you even.
It's fucking busy. It's like the weekly calendar I had. There's fucking a lot happening on the watch.
Calendar's not a great choice.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's the same dilemma as that world time. There's just so much shit on the dial. It's beautiful and it's really, I love it, but day to day, it's like, fuck me.
Does anybody really care what time it is in the Maldives?
Yeah.
But
you could just get a cloisonné one and never look at anything other than the beautiful enamel in the middle.
True.
Too much money for me. Yeah, those are beautiful. Yeah, I think the 5960, I think you're right. So if you went 5960, would you get this G or would you go with the white dial steel?
Look, I love the white gold one. What's the price difference? You've done the research. What's the pricing like?
They're about the same money.
Oh, there you go.
But the steel comes with the bracelet. You see, you get the bracelet.
I know, but I'm not a big fan of the steel.
I'm a sucker for those black and gold indices, so that would be my choice, the contrast with the white dial.
The 5960G here kind of just like when I flash look at it, it kind of it's blue and white contrast kind of is like so busy. It reminds me of like the Yachtmaster 2, where it's just like too much blue and white contrast, and then the red, and then the world time up top. It's like just too much going on.
Well, they've cleverly put all the subdials in one there at the 6 o'clock position, and that made time for the day date. and months. I don't know. I love that. I actually like that a lot. I tried on Rolex's perpetual calendar yesterday, the Sky Dweller on Jubilee, and it just annoyed me that it didn't have the day of the week.
But that's an annual. You're talking annual calendar.
Sorry, that is true. To be honest with you, I don't even really care. But the difference between perpetual and annual is like one click to fix it. And when you're wearing any kind of a calendar, perpetual or annual, if you let the fucking thing run down, you've got so much work to set it back up. Much worse on a perpetual.
Well, at least with the Rolex, you can do it with the bezel, and you don't have to get the damn.
Correct. You don't need the golden toothpick. You know, that stupid golden toothpick. But honestly, I was shocked how much I liked that watch, and I used to own one. But
I like the Datejust. It's a giant Datejust, so I like the Sky Dweller for that reason. Since they added the Jubilee.
You're right, 100%. It's much better on the Jubilee. I had it on an Oyster bracelet and flicked it, and when I wore it on the Jubilee, it changed the experience altogether.
And I got to tell you,
wonders for the look.
I don't like the bracelets on Patek because they're very delicate. If you need to fix it, it's fucking costs a fortune.
You can always take it off, though. You see, here's one thing. With the 5226, it would go so well with the 5320. You see, they both have the Arabic numerals, the syringe hands. I think that would be a perfect one, too.
You want
they
different.
They complement each other.
You want them different so that you have same, but different.
33,000. 33,000 when you could get a world time for that, you'd have to be nuts to go for that. That's just crazy. Why would you do that, man?
It's so much cooler. 5226, fuck. I get it. The complication.
I don't think anything's cool about that watch.
Really? You don't like the dial?
I don't like it. No.
Really? Okay, it's not for you. It's not for you. It's a young man watch.
I gotta
it's a young
tell you,
man watch.
Ooh,
can you get it cheaper? Can you get a 6119? I think that's the most beautiful hobnail.
Yeah, look, it's on the list. Look, it's you save 10 grand.
24? Can you get it less than that? That's a bit high still, isn't it?
No, that's.
I think the white gold is the trick there. That's what does.
You can get the lowest I've seen the 6119 on auction. I think was 22.
Okay.
24, 25 is about market.
Guys,
I think anytime you have these dark dials with Patek and white metals, they maintain their prices pretty well.
Well, that I don't know about because the 5227 black dial, I saw one of those sell. That's a $40,000 retail watch. I saw one of those sell for 17, so that's a bit of a dog.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be outliers.
But you're right. They make less black dials generally. So
you know what they don't make at all anymore? They've done very few of is a black dial in yellow gold like the 5070.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I got to be honest with you there. You know what, Keslow? You're really not going to get the card. You're going to get the watch. You're joking, aren't you?
I don't know. You know, I like driving the car for a day.
Why you sold the weekly. I never understood why you sold the weekly. I would have kept that.
I didn't have. It was a lot of money to put into the perpetual. I needed to soften that blow.
How did you suddenly have the money now? I don't understand this. It doesn't make sense.
That was like a year ago.
Okay.
You can't do it all at once. You can't just fucking go all, you got to spread them out.
Are you going to get rid of any Rolex?
Depends.
Don't buy any more Ulysses Narden. That was dangerous.
You know what I didn't like about that watch? The sound of the fucking rotor. You can hear that thing grinding in there. It was terrible.
Are you buying a Boxster?
If I do get a car, that's what I'm going to get. But can I tell you, it's a lot of money to spend, and it gives me enjoyment, but I'm not like, oh, my God.
Wait. Pull up the picture of the watches again. Pull up the picture.
What do you got? What do you got, Narky?
First
this is production value. This is production value, Narky.
5170, first choice.
Yeah.
6119, second choice. And the other two are shitters. Second one looks like a micro brand. Third one, no. St. Martin sells watches like that. 5170 is so you fucking and slimming. It's black. It's slimming.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
I
know
do
anyone-
love that 5170,
I
and it's 39 mil, 39.5 mil.
Slimming.
Manual wine Toronto.
Tesla is very slim in person. I'll have you know. Very
Hey,
light.
now-
He's light. Aren't you light?
Then the 6119. The other two are shitters.
He's not beefy.
I see.
I didn't think Patek made a shitter, but you know.
No, Roy is right. The 5170 is gold.
Yeah. It is. It is. It's just up there in price. It's a heavy,
They're all
heavy
gold.
hitter.
Yeah, but don't compromise.
None of them
Don't
are
get a
compromised.
Great
They're all
Breguet for this
amazing.
money. You know that? You could get a great Breguet for
He's
this
not a
money.
Breguet man. He's not a Breguet man, Arch, like you. No. He's not a Breguet man. He's
You
moved
can
up.
make him a Breguet man, Narc.
No, he sleeps in his own bed, not a fucking fold-out. He's a Patek man.
Hold out. That's good.
He doesn't buy menstruation red, which looks diluted on cars.
What? You stumbled over your joke. Say it again.
No. It's a
The delivery
51.7.
is-
Save up. Save up.
delivery-
Save up for that, Kessler. Don't compromise. Ask Roy. Roy knows what he's talking about. Roy?
The only thing too, you know, Arch, we've talked about the world time, and you know, if I got a world time, I do like the platinum, the 38 mil platinum blue dial, 5230p. But I got, you know, when you bring up the fact that the gold is, you know,
Read that,
30
Kessler.
grand
Read that. Read that. What does that say?
gotta
What does
hurt.
that
Hey,
say?
these all hurt. These all hurt. Trust me, these all hurt. These
Read
are
that
big
one,
boys.
Keslow. Read that one.
He has taste in watches, though. You see, he's got an opinion. Everyone can have an opinion.
Like I said, the 5170 is stunning.
It is.
I mean, it's a cunning stunt.
It
Roy,
really is.
what do you think? He's on
Sorry, I
mute.
stepped away for a second. Yeah, I mean, that would be my choice. And I mean, I love the 5170 so much, I'd almost break my rose gold rule for the 5170 rose.
That is nice too.
Don't compromise, Kessler.
Trust me. I mean, I'm just thinking what goes with the perpetual, you know, because I'm thinking I do like that 619. I just feel, is that limiting in like daily wear? Because I feel like I love it,
Fuck
but
it.
it's a little
I'd wear it with
dressy.
a
It's
white
a little-
beater and shorts and freaking plastic sandals. It's fine.
Right.
You
Yeah,
overthink
you're-
things, Kessler. You're an overthinker.
That's part of the journey, Narc. That's part of the journey. You get to overthink these things.
Yeah, but not in a logical
Just
sort of
speaking
way.
of overthinking, we're going to wrap this baby up. We had a
Wrap
great.
her up.
Wait. Where the
had a
hell are
great-
you going to go? You got a great panel on here. You're going to wrap it up?
We got a great show. We had a fantastic show.
It's
We wrap
over.
it up when I feel like wrapping it up.
It's over.
And, I don't want to destroy.
Kessler's
the-
got keys. Kessler's got keys.
You're not
Let's go
Bear.
through
Narc.
and
You don't get
thank
to call
everybody. Guys, upvote now. I
the
want everyone to upvote.
No, I'm a down vote. Kessler, run the show.
We're going to go through and thank our people because this has been a great show. Great cast, great guests, great everybody. Thank you so much. Let's go through and thank the panelists here. We had JD Montreal, Patel Philippe, Sam Davidson, Patel Philippe, The Undertaker, JT, Patel Philippe, Sam Davidson.
No, I'm not buying this. We want more.
Oh, Narky. Narc, you took off Archie. Jesus Christ.
He kicked Archie off his own
He
show.
did. Hold on.
Yes, I did. Enough, Roy.
Archie, Narc is kicking you off, Archie. So you need to like start at the beginning.
Patel Philippe, SR Bell, Patel Philippe, JD Montreal, Patel Philippe, and JD Montreal, and Rich Mitch. Guys, that is the show for today. We had great guests, great panelists, and that's what I appreciate so much. I want to thank everybody who came on, and we will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. That's correct, guys. We will be back tomorrow.
Archie Luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delights. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground. Comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust. Has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all that cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Tongues on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.